Hello.
Dad? It's Thomas.
Trapped in Fromville, where nightmares collide. Monsters in the shadows, nowhere to hide. Lighthouse flickers, visions in the dark. Every step forward, another ripped apart. Street filled with whispers, eyes always peek. Nightmares descend, sanity's on the streak. Doors creak open, shadows start to move. Town's got a rhythm, every step's a groove. Farmville nights, monsters out to feed. Trapped in visions, fear plants the seed. Lighthouse calls, but escape's a myth. Nightmares wrap around on an endless drift. Screams echo through the misty air. Every corner turned, you find despair. Hope is a phantom, trapped in the gloom. Monsters own the night, sealing your doom. Town's got secrets, buried underground. Every lost soul, here they are found. Cursed by the darkness, can't break free. Vision after vision, haunting memories. Fromville nights, monsters out to feed. Trapped in visions, fear plants the seed. Lighthouse calls, but escape's a myth. Nightmares wrap around on an endless drift.
You have to help
We
her!
can't help her, she's dead! She's dead, Ethan! People die here! I told you that, it's not make-believe! I told you that bad things happen here, it's not my fault that you didn't listen!
Fromville nights, monsters out to feed. Trapped in visions, fear plants the seed. Lighthouse calls, but escape's a myth. Nightmares wrap around on an endless drift.
Ah! I'm so sorry.
And welcome everyone, all of the Fromily and beyond. Happy Wednesday, Hump Day, and April Fool's Day to you all. And I couldn't think of a greater show to talk about on an April Fool's Day because, yeah, the townsfolk, I'm sure, feel like they have been tricked all along the way. So welcome everyone. We're going to dive into all things from, again, just trying to figure out what we know and what is still kind of left up for mystery as season 4 is quickly approaching with what it's 18 days, give or take, until the season starts. So it'll be here before we know it. And as always, joining me tonight, we got Miss Dana, my awesome Miss Bestie, the one and only. How are you doing tonight?
Good. Fingers crossed. As long as I remain to have power, it's all good.
It's fine, just go
No
through
more
the faraway
explosions.
tree.
No more
You'll be
explosions. and
fine.
we're
I'm
okay.
sure, with a sacrifice or two, you'll have power.
Yes, just as long as shit doesn't blow up, I'm okay.
Well, apparently they did something. Somebody somewhere.
Oh my god, that scared the shit out of us last night.
Now you got the powers flickering, you got ghosts and stuff. It's just like,
Right?
bro.
Hear
Somebody
things
played the worst
exploding.
April Fool's joke ever. It was like, what, midnight last night or something?
I don't know what time it was, but it was very weird, and it was
It was
friggin'
late. It felt like it was late last
Yeah,
night.
even Miguel was like, "Holy shit, what was that?" We were just like looking at each other, like, "Did you hear that?" Something went boom.
Oh, I hope
But
they fix it.
But it's New York. I mean, who knows what it is?
That is true. It's just no telling.
There could be a giant rat coming from the sewer. I don't know.
Well, they could have, it messed with a transformer somewhere and kaboom.
Right,
You
it
got
nibbled
fried
on a
rat.
It nibbled on a wire somewhere. I have no idea.
Right? You never know. Man in yellow, Julie, I killed your dad. April Fools, right? Well, it could be. He came back in one form or another. Or he's like, hey, daddy's back. April Fools. Haha, you just thought. That's messed up. But also joining us tonight, our other bestie co-host, the one, the only, James for The Walking Dead Explains. How you doing?
Wait, we're live?
I believe so. If not, I mean,
Nah, I'm doing well, doing well. Hello, everyone.
That's it. That's all we get. Hello,
I don't
everyone.
know. I wish I had a big story to tell, but I don't. Same old, same old.
It's okay. You're just extra happy tonight, and we get it.
That's right. I know. I can't wait to get my package. To get my nice Bioshock light that Nick L made. Again, guys, we'll show some of that stuff off again. For the giveaways, Nick L made some awesome stuff. We showed it off last stream. So you guys definitely be on the lookout for that. If I can remember, I will definitely try to show off the t-shirts, all the things that Nick made. And again, big shout out to him and to Dana for together between the two of them putting together the giveaways. They are absolutely phenomenal. You guys are in for a treat this season. And the cameos, we already showed off the one from Miss Julie. So we got plenty more to show you guys as the season gets going. We got lots of panels, lots of fun things. I just get out of breath talking about all the things, Dana. It's just so many things.
I know so much.
But before we dive headfirst into all the From talk, let's see who we got with us tonight hanging out in the chat. I see Mr. Manicore first and foremost. Hello to you, sir. And yes, we are doing well. Thank you. We hope you're doing good. I hope Miss Verily is doing good. I know you've been doing lots of programming and coding and such. So I hope all of that has been working out. You've been doing some streams lately. So feel free to drop your link so you guys can go check him out. He does some Fortnite and some other things. So hell to you, sir. We got Green Spider hanging out with us tonight. Welcome, welcome. Of course, we got Derry hanging out. Welcome. Yes, happy April Fools, everyone. And we got Miss Kiwi Skirt hanging out. Hey, y'all, sorry I can't stay today. Work meetings. Just popped in to like and share while I'm able. Have a great show, a great weekend, and we'll catch you next time. Well, we always appreciate you for stopping by, one of our awesome mods, and we know you are working all the way on the other side of the world in the future, keeping us safe. Let's see who else is. I scroll down. Everybody's saying hello. Miss Kiwi dropping all the links, all the love in the chat. Love to see it. And we got Mr. Great Gold hanging out. Always welcomed. I love Mr. Great Gold, Dana.
I don't like him too much right now.
She's getting there slowly, Manicore. Well, I hope she comes along. That's with her too much now. Me and her were getting along when you first launched her. You just got to tweak her, and then she's not going to like me anymore. And I was getting along with the AI barely. Somehow, it was quite astonishing. I don't know. We had respect for each other. We were great friends, Dana.
I know. You talked highly of her.
And she was awesome. She was going to be like Cortana and help us in the game.
Then I don't like her.
Good.
That's it. You guys are getting enough help. I'm just going to shut shit down and just cut it all off.
No. The only thing that the only reason I joined was for the dragon. That was the only reason I joined was for the dragon. You can't take that away from me. That was the only bargaining chip for which I held on to.
That's it. You guys are gonna have to fend for yourselves. Give you guys a friggin' little inch and you take a mile.
Well, I didn't do anything. All I was doing. Look, you were trying to take players.
You hear these games? How greedy they are.
I was not greedy. I was not greedy. You promised me the dragon, and then you were trying to take Great Gold and make him a dragon for your team. I just persuaded him to play fair.
And
I persuaded him to play fair. It's not my fault. I persuaded him. What do you want from me? I'm sorry.
I am the DM. I am God. I can do how I please.
Well,
You
you
guys have
okay? Well,
you have
you
rules.
convince him then. You convince him.
It's okay. It's okay, Great Gold. I see you. I get it. I get it. I understand.
He's still going to play in the game. He could still be on your side. He just wasn't going to be a dragon. He never claimed he was going to be on our side, Dana.
We'll see. We'll see.
He chose a dwarf. Yes, see? And he never said he was going to be good or bad. I don't believe.
That's actually a fun character. I like dwarfs.
Mm-hmm. See? You're getting so angry, Dana. You calm down.
I
You're
am because
tired of all this
I
shit.
just don't. I'm about to bring down the meteor. Like I'm about to go full. Don't be a scoots.
I was not being a scoot. I was defending my team's honor.
Yeah, I'm watching you.
What's up, Doc? If you would like to join us, let us know. We will get you a link. And you can let us know some of your thoughts. And we're going to talk a little about, again, more about the Man in Yellow, but I've got some more clips and screenshots and stuff. Sort of going back a little bit, I did go back and watch when the Matthews came in, and we were kind of talking about that. So, yeah, it did appear as though only once you get to the tree, did they show the gadgets like tripping out and stuff. So I'm trying to bring back up where my screenshots were. So we're going to just dive into a lot of different things. I'm trying to figure out, a little bit more about the Man in Yellow. He's going to come out this season, and Julie with him and sort of some of the past events that have happened. Do they how do they change now, knowing what we know with Julie? And I did clip a little bit of the RV scene with Boyd and Donna, Randall, and Jim, and when it was banging, all the banging. So we're going to go over those things. I've just got some random different clips throughout to just kind of discuss. But we'll see. We'll see if we can't figure some things out. But yeah, the Matthews and all them, everything came in after the tree. That's when all it seemed. Except I got to go back and watch Boyd's again and his family.
It's just I just can't wait to see how the season plays out. I can't wait to just see where Julie's gonna go, and what the Man in Yellow, what havoc is he really going to just cause for everybody? Because if he was doing this stuff from a distance, now that he's actually there and present, and he could walk around during the day, and he ripped Jim's throat out like Jim was nothing. I mean, he yoked him up and was like, yeah. So it's going to be interesting to see, do the talismans affect him? What does he have any restrictions? Why now? Why is this the moment he's appearing? So there's just so much mystery around him that I can't wait. I can't wait to see how the boy in white reacts to him, or even has a reaction, how the monsters react to him.
Right. And if the dog's taken out, is it by him? Is it by just the random monsters? Or does the girl and the priest, do they run him over? There'd be, I don't know which possibility it is that actually, if the dog is taken out, who does it and what form? We can assume the Man in Yellow, but we don't know if it was him, one of the monsters, because the dog comes out during the day and the night, right? I believe he does, because he came out during the day for why my brain is not working.
Yes, and I believe he kind of led Boyd. I don't know if it was around dusk or in the dark, but
But even with Victor, when Victor came back
we've
out,
seen the boy in white at night, because
yes,
he's the one who
led
guided
Victor
and Julie.
What's up, Alice and Vic? All you guys, welcome. And Doc says, wonder if he's the spider. He could be. And again, with all these past scenes, which I'm gonna bring up some clips in a minute, I am curious to see what his involvement is, because depending on what he truly is and how far his influence goes.
Yes. Just give me 1 second. I'm being summoned by my mom. I'll be right.
No worries. So yeah, I mean, it's just curious. Even there's some scenes that go back before Boyd even actually gets the worms that are questionable. Of course, we see his wife and stuff in the webs. I was trying to find one with him and Sarah, because when she's talking to him, they find the bottle tree, but again, she starts tripping out, and then when they come back to sort of walking around, I mean, not walking around. She comes back too, and she's in the tent. And it's at night. She talks about the voice or a lady, but even when she heard the scream, she I think referred to the screams as they, and that's another reoccurring thing with the music box and the melody. This they versus it, singular voices that are saying things versus a group sort of voice. And again, how does that, because all these things are kind of working back with the same theme. So it seems as if they connect. So I'm curious to see how they're going to piece that together and what we can piece together. So let's see. Apologies. I'm trying to figure out where I'm at. I got a lot of bits. How's Mama doing?
Good. She was just and she's trying. My dog is just. She didn't want it.
Mm-hmm. And she wasn't having it?
Nope. Sorry, we're like all over the place around here.
No worries. So again, even the conversations that Boyd has with Father Kotcher, and I kind of went back, and you guys let me know. I only found 2 with Tom, the bartender, and Jade. I couldn't remember if there was a 3rd or 4th. So you guys let me know, because I want to clip that too, just to kind of have eventually all of them together. Because the way they talk to him is very curious, and I got a few of the clips. I don't have this one yet. This is the one I didn't get yet. But Father Kotry did not seem very happy about Boyd wanting to have this like memory board. And again, he keeps sort of mocking him, and it could just be in his head. I'm not sure. But it's just so curious how it came about and when it came about. You would think if it was due to stress. Well, he was pretty stressed after his wife and stuff like that. So why is it after the music box is introduced that's when he starts to have these particular visions or hallucinations or whatever they may be? I'm very curious. Yeah, I still love this where Jay takes the pole off of the statues. It freaks Dale out. May he rest in peace.
Well, I mean, it would freak me out too. You don't know what you're disturbing. You don't know what they could be keeping at bay, or is this what makes those scarecrow monsters now able to come alive because they messed with this?
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
That's why you don't touch stuff, Scarlet.
Well, you know what? When I was on our little vacation this weekend, we were in an escape room, and I was supposed to touch stuff, Dana, actually. That's how you get out. You got to touch stuff. If I didn't touch anything, I wouldn't have got out of the escape room, Dana. And so, see, I didn't touch all the stuff. I only made it about halfway through. We had 3 rooms, and we made it through like 1.5 rooms. That was because I was listening to Dana and not to want to touch certain things, because some things did say do not touch, so I didn't want to touch those things. And once we figured out what we were allowed to touch and not touch, then we got a little faster until we got to the pictures. It said follow the red lines, and I'm like, I'm following the red lines on the pictures. It's not working out. But it was still fun, though. It was a fun escape room. Unlike the one our friends we find here and from, it seems like they'll never escape. They got to figure out the puzzle pieces, right? And Jade says it so many times over throughout this show, sort of how it's just, you got to get the right pieces, right? And then what does it mean? So I think I want to pull up. I'm trying to figure out, make sure I'm pulling up the right one. One of the scenes, and I'm trying to think, do I want to do Boyd and Cautry first? Actually, I want to do this one with Baka. Yes, he's Baka and Jade, I think. This one's a good one. All right. We'll pull up a. This is everybody ready to get in trouble? Shh. Just shh, like the boy in white. Don't tell nobody. We're gonna play a clip. Nobody will know. Right? I won't tell if you don't tell.
All set to hand in my notice, and I thought, why not stay a few extra weeks? Put aside something extra so I can treat myself. Take a little trip.
Take a little trip. Like Miranda, she wanted to take a little trip. I wonder, and then again, a lot of characters that we've run into seem like they were taking a trip. And of course, everybody's taking a trip, but it's not like, okay, some characters seem like they were just driving along, but it seems like everybody was taking a particular trip before they found their way into From. And Miranda, before she even got there, she took a trip down memory lane.
So, do you guys think everybody who was on the bus was supposed to enter Fromville, or was there some collateral damage?
I think it seems like certain ones are. Baka seems like she has a. I mean, her Noah the nursery rhyme, and it's told by grandma. That has to be a further connection than just a coincidence, right?
Mhm.
Like the guy who ends up dying under the house, with like the was it the jean jacket or whatever with all the
Yes.
patches. He seemed like a throwaway character. Like he might be collateral damage.
Okay.
I mean, Randall obviously has more to him because the monsters seem interested in him, along with, for whatever reason, the cicadas were in him. I'm trying to think. Fanny Pack Granny, she seemed like she has a connection. Even when she talked to Fatima about the cards, she was talking to Fatima about how, like, I didn't know how to read the cards, but the cards kind of did say something about she would go into that place. I forgot how she said it, but she did mention something like that, as if she was destined to go there.
Mm-hmm.
I'd have to clip that, but you guys in the chat might know. I know you know, Miss Derry, Mr. Daryl.
What about you, James? Do you think everybody on that bus was destined to enter Fromville, or do you think there was some collateral damage on that bus?
I don't know about if every character is going to be used like, like the bus driver and stuff that knows some big something or something like that. But, between Marielle and the few that we did get, like Scarlett mentioned, there's several. So the fodder, if you want to call any fodder, like there's the two old couples that got.
Oh yes,
Smiley
Smiley's
got,
victims on the
yeah.
bus.
So there's some fodder, and maybe that was a reason. Like, hey, a couple of these people will play a part in our game, but the other people are food or whatever they did, whatever they do with them.
Right. Do you think we'll ever really learn what they do with them? Do you think we're going to see a little more of that now that Jade's really going down in the tunnels? And it seems like Boyd's going to go down there too. And I don't know if he was going down there because Jade was missing and he was looking for Jade, but it looks like Boyd's headed back down in the tunnels as well.
Yeah. I don't know.
Right. And it's very curious that when you talk about the bus and the amount of individuals that are left over off the bus, even the two that have passed away, the girl that they staked and her boyfriend. I
Yes.
think it was her boyfriend, yeah. Seemed like they kept his body, they played with her, they talked to her and said something, or she repeated something like they wanted to play a game. So I don't, again, the amount of characters that they're using off the bus as not just, okay, they're dead on arrival or the monsters are just going to take them out. They never connect to this place. Something about the people being able to connect. And Fatima even said it to Elgin, how some people, like one of the girls was there, she said, this place is reaching out. Some people just can't hear it or choose not to hear it or are unable to hear it, and others are. I think that's because some people do have a connection, probably. and others don't. They just, again, happen to be on that bus. But what's more curious is the fact that that many random people with different reasons for being on that bus, traveling to, it seemed like almost somewhat different locations, because Granny wasn't traveling to one location, she was just traveling, right? Randall's going to one place, Baca's, she just happens to be the bus driver. What are the odds that Baca's the bus driver that knows the nursery rhyme? Marielle's on there and her connections. Randall ends up seemingly like he's going to have something. I mean, the place is connecting with him and choosing him for things. So why are those characters all together at that one moment? That's a greater like consciousness or God or whatever's playing the game to be able to have that together at one time. I mean, that's a hell of a fate type situation. Do you guys think it's just fate? I mean, it just is. It was always planned to be. They were always going to come in at that moment, or did something direct them in some way throughout their life to get them in that moment together? Because that's a hell of a moment for that many characters to come in. I don't know. You guys in the chat, let us know. It is a hell of a thing. Like,
It is, and you can fate is really like it's predominant in this show because there's a lot of things that seem to be fated within this show because like it's just there's too many things that happen that you're like, okay, do they know about, like, even the monsters, do they know about these things because it's some of these characters' fate to be here? Like, can we say that about Tabitha and Jade, them being reincarnated? So were they always going to come back here no matter what path let's quote unquote call it a real life took? Like, let's say Jade wasn't a big smarty pants rich guy. Let's say he was just, a delivery driver. Would he still have ended up in From? If Tabitha, what if she, being Spanish, what if she was not in America? And from wherever she was from, would she still be able to enter Fromville?
Right. Let's see. Daryl says Baca knowing the nursery rhyme because of her grandma tells us she has a connection to this place. And Marielle being there, those characters being there is a mystery, right? All that is still something kind of left for us to wait to figure out and hope that and again, I hope at least with Baca for sure, they give us her sort of backstory to a degree on why they're or how she knows that nursery rhyme through her grandmother. But Marielle is, again, that one, it could be easily explained as this place messing with her, I guess. And it's just like, I don't know if it's just a weird coincidence.
Could Marielle's connection be Christy? Like, could that
That's what
be
I'm
her
saying. Like the
connection
same
here?
way how like Henry comes back in with Tabitha, maybe like some character, like he's got a connection, but again, like what kind of connection is it, and why is this place bringing it in? Some are just cannon fire. Some seem to be, again, reoccurring, perhaps reincarnated versions from whatever original story. And then are there other characters like is Baca's grandmother or something like that a reincarnated version of a original townsperson, or is it from another, like you were saying, Dana, that there's more than one pact, right?
Yeah.
So if there's more than one pact, is she from something different? Because again, that goes back to the music box, and that music box I feel is highly influenced with the man in yellow. So what does that all mean? Like Jade said, talking to Tabitha, go through her notes, Dana. This has to mean something. It's not just a coincidence. It's not just chaos. There's a pattern somewhere that we have to figure out, but I don't know what it means.
Yes. What's the common thread?
Right. And how does it all connect? Let's see. Daryl says somebody's car outside. Sorry, in the apartments, you never know what you guys are gonna hear. In season 2, the show, and I think what was it? Oh, and sorry, I'm gonna read this and then I'm gonna say something else. In season 2, the show has the characters talk about how weird it is that Burial is there. Definitely. Let's see. Doc says, I feel like it's tied to trauma and how we work out trauma and our shadow. Yeah, and our shadow through dreams and nightmares, but made literal. Okay. And again, Doc, I don't know if you were able to send it to him, Dana. If you want to come on and tell us more about your theories, you are most welcome.
Yes, I already offered him to come on.
Okay. Nice. But what else I was gonna say after reading you guys' comments was they launched with Artemis. They launched the rocket, right?
No.
Yes.
That's not an April's Fool thing, right? My mom called me and told me they launched the rocket Artemis.
It was a successful launch.
Uh-huh.
Yep.
That's
Ford
exciting. Going to the
Ford
moon.
crew going around the moon.
Around the moon, that's right. Thank you, James. Fact
But
check it.
a lot of cool stuff. It'll be the farthest humans have went into space, out past the moon into space. So there'll be that much anyway.
And this is a NASA thing or a Tesla thing?
NASA.
They were working on the Artemis when we went up there last summer. Remember I told you the parts that we saw, the little oxygen tank or whatever? It was for those missions.
I think ESA is in on it as well. That's the European Space Agency. So
I believe up there where we were at, they were working on parts for, I don't know if it was that particular Artemis or the next one after this one, because they had several I think they have planned. When we went up there, they were talking about the missions for Artemis. Some exciting news, folks, if you didn't know. I kind of think it's exciting.
I didn't know.
Yep, successful launch, and they're in space on the way.
And how long is it gonna take them to go around the moon and come back?
10 days.
That's it?
They're going to go a couple times around the Earth.
Why does that seem so short?
It took Apollo, 3 days, a little bit over 3 days to get there back in the day, and
allegedly. No, I'm just kidding.
This stuff, allegedly.
Like Great Gold said, we probably reached the moon like the first time we it.
But,
depends on where you fall on those.
Probably take about 4 days to get out to the moon, and 4 days back, and a couple of days to go around the Earth a couple times.
Nice. So, I don't know, it's kind of exciting. I'm excited about it, just to know that they were successful, and we'll have to wait and see what happens with it. Hope Godspeed. I hope they make it around and back home safely.
Yep. From what I understand, the reentry will be a little possible. I don't know if tricky is the right word. We'll be coming in faster than usual. So they hope they did the math right, as they say.
Well, they're screwed if the math doesn't math.
Yeah. That's why they got some good math people.
But yeah, so I just remembered that. So I was like, yeah, because that was happening a little bit before I jumped into the back room or so. I was making dinner. And my mom called me. She was like, it's launching. I was like, oh, I remember that. I forgot that was today. So very cool. If you guys want to go check that out. I don't have a link. Just go look it up. I'm sorry. But it is very cool.
The Jade aspect of doing the computer thing, which a lot of people don't like, the simulation theory, but still it does lean into it so heavy, like it's because it's kind of like a game, video game, against the people, against the hope and fear and stuff, and as much as just straight up, I'm going to kill you when I see you. It's psychological and stuff. So, the Jade thing, I still think he has some connection, maybe even in the past, as being some type of person that might have put together the curse somehow, made some of the rules. Maybe
Yeah.
made some of the rules or
Like
something
whatever original.
to allow, hey, we're not going to figure this out. We need to keep it going somehow. Let's, make it do this, and where we'll come back and we'll try again and again, and it'll be a loop. Maybe he's the one that put it in the loop or something.
Yeah, because Jade's character seems like it's going to be a little bit more than just did the melody with the kids, mostly because he keeps seeing people who are in a deadly predicament with blood. It seems. I mean, I know Miranda has all the pictures of some of the similar things, which kind of throws that off a little bit. But I don't know if that character is supposed to be him, that colonial looking dude or whatever, the pinned up with the railroad spike. That don't seem good.
No, for sure.
And he seemed like he might have went dark at some point, and like you said, maybe he is part of why. That's why he's trying to figure it out, but he doesn't remember. And whatever's talking to him, I don't know. And then of course the bartender Tom, the way he talks to him about this place not being familiar, which I think I have that clip. We'll go over, but yeah, Miss Baca and some of these other characters are still a mystery as to why they're here. And I clipped this just because they were kind of talking about it, her and Jade. And then I just kind of love how they cheers to, here's to what we deserve. I just like the scene.
Celebrate. I deserve a little reward, right? Is this what I deserve?
My company right before I got here. Finally achieved the one thing I worked my whole life for. To getting what we deserve.
I mean, a lot of the characters, that's kind of crazy. A lot of them do seem to be on the cuffs of something, which is still yet to be determined. I mean, we know the reincarnation factor, but it still seems with all of them, or at least a good majority of them, they were all at some sort of crossroads, good or bad. That's just, what does it mean?
Right.
Where does it connect to the story with the tree and how they get in here? Just try to get our brains ready for the new season, and I got to get it together. I try to get rid of all the old files, so I've been going back through and remembering all the bits. And I still, as we go through, that something about Pandora's box is gonna it stood out to me just going back through and looking through things with the music box. And some of it sort of reoccurring themes of light and dark places, how hope can be light and dark places, how knowledge comes at a cost. And even with Pandora's box, Pandora was the cost of knowledge given to mankind of the fire. Angered the gods, we were given fire, we were given too much knowledge, angered the gods, and they gave us what was seemingly the perfect woman. But yet she carried a box of all of the sorrows of the world, so it still came with a cost. But yet hope was still there.
See?
The
What?
light and dark places.
She had the box. It was about the box. Something in the box.
We try to say, James.
It's a reoccurring theme there, James. All the boxes, the one they put them in, the music box.
There's nothing wrong with boxes. Boxes can have good stuff in them sometimes.
Yeah.
Go with the Scarlet Files. I've tried because there's so many bits to from. So I try to forget a lot of bits to go back and know what bits were important, because we had so many theories from way back when. And not just us, but so many of you guys in the Frumily, from every sort of pagan god out there to Christian god and sort of demons and things, just anything in between, the simulations, ancient aliens. There's so many. So, you kind of have to go back and revisit a lot of things.
Right. Now, James, the list you put out of the episodes to watch before the season starts, where did that list come from?
I want to say it was like Twitter or somewhere. The director, I think it maybe was the director that put that out.
Okay.
Yeah, so I just kind of frame shot, screenshot, saved, where I saw it at. But it was repeated a bunch of times in articles and stuff, other
Because
videos.
it's interesting to wonder, like now, to go back and just watch those episodes and see what kind of story it tells with just those episodes alone.
Yeah, I've done it. I'm doing a video on it right now. Just slow go, but there's a lot of stuff in each episode. I mean, really, probably too much pulling like, oh, well, they did this and this, and some of it may not matter, but there's a lot of stuff,
Is there one thing that really stood out to you?
Not really one thing, just okay, we're probably going to be talking more about Julie's story walking. Let me give you those shows that might have touched on that a little bit and hinted toward it or in some way, like when she went into the threw the rope down, when she saw the guy on the porch. Those episodes, whether it included other stuff or not, you could tell that, okay, it seems like they're going to propel that story because of what happened at the end of season 3. So it can't, to me, you can kind of see, oh, well, this Victor's going to play a part probably because of what he knows. And that kind of plays true as far as it looks like he digs up some more drawings of the man in yellow and it does something to Henry, or something. So it seems to be telling us, to me anyway, if you watch those episodes, rewatch kind of the storylines that are going to be playing out in season 4.
Okay.
As far as stuff like that. But yeah.
Interesting.
A lot of different theories, a lot of different little points for different theories out there.
Right?
Oh yeah,
They keep it interesting.
I did go back and watch those, and like y'all said, it is interesting to just see those particular episodes.
Yeah, I'm gonna do it this weekend.
There's so many bits. The fact that they did point those out, and why are those important? And you said you were doing a video on that, right? Or you did?
Yeah, I'm working on those.
That's right. You're still working.
But like,
I was gonna make sure I didn't miss it. I was like, oh shit, I didn't.
I did the same thing. I was like, wait a second.
I know you said you were working on one, but I couldn't remember.
Yeah, I've been working on it. I've been working on it. I wanted to get it done before April, and now it's already April 1st, so I'm still not finished on it. But to answer something anyway, my thoughts on it, the matter, Daryl said that's the main reason why I don't believe Jade's company has anything to do with the answers. So my theory is that it doesn't either, but that's not the point of saying what he accomplished in life. Just like this clip right here that Scarlett played. This, he looked at Baca and said, well, I sold this company, that's everything I work for in my life, and now I'm here. So I just think, no, it probably doesn't have anything to do with it as far as the story straight up. I think it has something to do with us telling, like, foreshadowing or if that's the right word, or telling us what Jade is and who Jade was. Well, Jade built this company with this intricate computer to do this really intricate things, and he sold it for a bunch of money. He's successful. Maybe he was successful back then in the beginning when they made the pact or whatever and did the sacrifice. Maybe he was the one that is an architect of the rules and what's going on and why it's a loop versus a finality. Like, okay, we did the pact and the sacrifice and there is no loop and trying to fix it. It is what it is. Maybe the reason there's a loop is because of something he did or was able to do. And not that his company has anything to do with it. It's just that helps tell us what he is, maybe. And part of his part of the story, even back then.
Interesting. So it's almost like maybe he carried this intelligence with him from the beginning. And that kind of comes from, whether it be, okay, let's call it his first original Who said it? Let's call him Jade Prime. I forget who
Yeah, yeah,
who coined that term in our community, but like something like that. Like, has he always had that intelligence, and that
right,
intelligence kind
right.
of be a downfall?
Yeah, and just like Tabitha was a mom and she did the bracelet thing, but still, it became a separate thing in the real world. But that's still all of like Christopher could have been a very successful, smart, intricate type of person as well, thinker. And that just points to the character. Like, okay, back in the beginning, maybe this was the guy that played a big part.
Right. And I didn't know that they had changed Jade's character originally. It was supposed to be like an 18-year-old girl, so I didn't even know that. But they still seem to make Jade, regardless of when they changed or added him, it seems like whatever they're trying to make his character relate in certain ways and develop whatever his personality is and why he is where he is. This similar to how they're making certain other characters. They talk about kind of where they came from. We don't get as much on Sarah. She's a little more closed off, but some of them have kind of talked a little bit about where they are. So that's probably more of what that is, I guess. But they've definitely made him a main character though, with whatever happened with the children. So even though they added him in later, maybe after they kind of knew the mysteries, he still seems to be a key factor in whatever's going on. It's not just like, I don't know. It doesn't seem like it's just he's an afterthought though of a character. He seems to be, in my opinion, pretty tied in with the story. And he's seen so many generations of individuals that seem like they have some connection with whatever the baddies are in this place. I mean, even the guy with the rock on him, the way he was like bleeding out the mouth and stuff, it didn't, where his eyes glassed over to, I can't remember now. The one he sees in the cellar. I want to say the Civil War soldier, his eyes were grayed over, or was it just the way it looked?
Oh, now I'm trying to think. I think the one in the basement definitely had those weird looking eyes. I don't remember seeing regular eyes, but now I don't know about the Civil War soldier.
And I don't know why, other than just to creep us out, that particular scream that certain apparitions or visions that they're having do. Particularly with Jade. Now, Boyd mirrors some of that as well with Abby. She kind of did it when she grabbed him with the spider webs too. So again, we follow one thread and then we'll talk and end up somewhere from where we began. That's nowhere near what we originally were talking about. Which was, why did these people get here the way that they get here? And what do they deserve? I just like this part too. It's before Jade perfected it, I think. I can't remember, but it's bad either way. I can't remember if that was before or after he perfected it, but yeah, it don't get no better, Dana.
It doesn't look like it does, and me not being a drinker, that'll probably kill me.
It was extra special. But then we get to again, what do we consider these sort of deals? And I tried to go back, and I'm still trying to make sure I got all the bits. But I feel like certain things didn't pop off as far as this seems different from the children, Civil War soldiers. And it's so curious because not in this scene, but I'm going to get it pulled up maybe in a minute, or I can even do it before we get to this one. With Tom, the bartender, talking. Actually, I'm going to pull that one up.
See, the difference between, Civil War soldier, kids, and all of those, especially ones Jade's been seeing, other than the bartender, the Father Khatri, and it even looks like Jim now, doesn't show the wounds of how they died. but
Right.
the kids look like maybe they were sacrificed that way. And the guy with a spike to his eye has a spike to his eye. The Civil War soldier looked
Yep.
messed up.
Those
The
seem like
guy,
more ghost
yeah,
kind of
something
things.
else, something else. The ones that still show their wounds.
Mm-hmm. As opposed to like Tom and Father Cautry, who, or
Right,
even Abby in a lot of her different
right,
forms.
right.
Those seem different. And I'm gonna play the scene with Jay talking to the bartender, and I think I believe they talk about that a little bit here, and kind of like, and he's kind of telling, well, what about the Civil War soldier? He said, no, that's different. Just how we're saying it's different. So he's kind of arguing with Tom about that. So it's very curious as we talk about that. That is a conversation that Jay does have with Tom, the whatever Tom is, which I don't know what he is. He may not be the man in yellow, but if the man in yellow is not the big it, then the bigger it is. I still possibly think the music box is what let out the man in yellow, and there still could be a bigger it on top of that. Maybe that's, but it's so curious because he said he was the one on the radio. So, woosah, it's okay. I don't have the clip ready yet, Dana. I sent it to you last night.
Yes.
I'm losing my mind. I'm throwing the jug out of the window, and I'm going insane just like Jade.
Right? Not done yet. Not done.
It's okay. Just go walk it off. Go sleep it off in the drunk tank. They acting like he's just an alcoholic. No. It's more than that. Okay, let's listen.
And then
That
there were
boy sure
two.
can play.
Yes, he can.
And then there were two.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
With the glass and all. And again, that's comical because it's as if it's trying to appear as something that it's not. And the town works in a mysterious way like that as well, right? Like the town they live in. It appears to be a diner, appears to have all these things, but yet some of the buildings aren't proper, but they give the aesthetic of. The monsters give the aesthetic of something, yet they're not what they appear to be. Tom, I don't know, man. I don't think Jade is crazy, and he is just seeing things in this moment. You guys in the chat, he's not crazy.
I don't think that's happening, but we've had this kind of conversation. I think if like Donna walked up, she wouldn't see the bartender,
Right.
in that kind of thing. As far as somebody else walking up.
Well,
Right.
we do see it also with the boy in white. He can pick and choose who sees him, because if you remember when Sarah and Boyd, right before they entered the faraway tree, Sarah could see him, but Boyd couldn't. Sarah could hear him, but Boyd couldn't. So I think if it's any kind of indication of how they maybe work, they can pick and choose who sees them. If this is an entity at play here that is talking to Jade and not a figment of his imagination or his conscience or however you want to call it otherwise, then something is visiting him in this moment. So even if somebody were to walk up and not see it, that could be because it's the entity's choice for that to be the case.
Absolutely. Yeah, we see he's very smug in some of the ways he talks to Jade, particularly here as opposed to when he was trying to be, I guess, helpful to save Julie.
Well, they all are a little smug if you think about it. Even the way Father Cautry talks to Boyd, the way Abby kind of talked to Boyd, they have this kind of arrogance to them.
Which some, if it's all in their head, and it is kind of like they're crazy or they're talking to themselves type of deal, kind of what Jade indicated when he first talked to the dead version of Tom here. That could be like their ego or whatever. The psychology, there's the id and the ego, all that, those bits, and it could be like that.
Yeah.
It still could be. Like, in all honesty, as much as I think it's some greater pagan god pack maker or something, it could just be in their head. They could still go with that. But I don't think so. But I'm not going to say it's not possible. I don't want that. But that's messed up because, like I said, the way it talks to it, it could be either or. Because it does talk smug to it because, again, it's like your conscience telling you, like, hey, you need to stop drinking. And of course, it's talking to you in a way of information that only Jade knows and things that Jade is struggling with, the same way that Boyd struggles with certain things. The Father Cautry's kind of coming down on him. So it could be either or. Let's see. Where we go back. See, fake Abby feels like a different entity to fake Tom and Cautry. And that is another thing. Are they the same entity or type of delusion, or are they different? Is one an entity, ghost, spirit, or are they all, that's another possibility. Which one is which? What's up, Bill Chill? Welcome, welcome. And if I missed anybody who came in, I know Jen the teacher, you popped in. Welcome, everyone. Happy April Fools. See, Alice says maybe some of the people murdered are different. Some may be immortal angel or demon spirits that remain, then guide one way or the other. Then some regular mortals that die and are never seen again. And that is true. We don't know which ones are guiding spirits. Kind of how Ethan was talking to Jade about the symbols, and kind of knowing the ones that are good or bad, and which one of these things that are talking to them are good or bad. Tabitha was scared of the children. She thought it might be this place just messing with her or something like that. And then it turns out that they might be something trying to help her to remember what happened. So, yeah, you got to figure out which ones are good. And I don't know about Father. I mean, not just Father Cautry, of course. I don't like him, but the dead one. But this, the bartender, Tom, I'm still on the fence with him. I'll give it that there was a moment where he says some things and I'm like, yeah, Jade does need to go back into the caves. But was that truly to help Jade? Or was that to throw him off from gaining the knowledge he needed to at the time with the music box, so he wouldn't know about it? I don't know.
Or get him closer to the monsters.
That too. Maybe they were waiting on him. Well, they weren't, though, because he went down there and they weren't waiting on him. He got knowledge. So was this, again, if it doesn't want him to have the knowledge, because it's almost like baiting them to say, hey, if you learn anything, you're going to, somebody's going to pay the cost. It almost seemed like the man in yellow didn't want Jade and them to find out about the melody. The way this entity or whatever this is here is going to end up talking to Jade in this scene does not seem like it wants Jade to figure out about the melody or about the bottles. He kind of condescendingly talks to him about it with the alcoholism. So there's a lot of questions. So where we're going to put all of these characters come the start of season 4. We're listening a little bit more to this apparition, figment, delusion, entity, whatever it may be.
So you really think this is going to tell you anything?
I think this place has a design. I don't think anything's here by accident.
He's smiling at him, Dana. Jay's like, yeah, I don't think anything here.
See,
it's not just chaos. There's a pattern.
Everything is by design, which could be of his own from back in the day.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing's by accident because it was designed by him back in the day. See, everything's pointing toward it.
Look how he's
And
smiling at him.
even the guy looking at him smiling like, damn, he's figured it out and he don't realize he's figured it out.
Yeah, but he's going to mess with him. He's going to call him an alcoholic. And tell him he's stupid. He don't know the design. The tree is just a tree. It has no meaning. I don't like that smug smile. I'm sorry.
Maybe that's your problem.
And what, dead Tom? Does that
Dead
mean?
Tom.
Well, nature has a design, Jade.
And that's the second time. The first time that they encounter, he talks about nature and not being familiar. This place having rules and being natural, just not being familiar. Just saying, man. He keeps talking about, I don't like it.
And that is not nature. It's just something somebody put there.
And he's talking about the bottle tree. And again, I don't think he's lying. It's not nature. I do believe somebody, well, it's 50-50 nature. It's the children that created the faraway trees, and if a version of Jade or Tabitha or something like that put the bottles on there in order to remember the melody so they can uncooey, is, you know, it is made by someone. But it don't mean that it ain't got no meaning. Like this individual here. But again, if it's just a figment of Jade's imagination, it just could be a version of doubt in his head, right?
Yeah.
See, Bill Chill says this is probably Jade's insecurity of not knowing the answer and how to solve the problem. So yes, it still could be a figment of his imagination. And happy April Fool's Day to everyone joining us. You guys don't forget to like the stream and go check out Dana and James's channels. James always putting out videos, and Dana is still on her way to full monetization, or the first step to monetization with her video she just put out. So you guys can check it out, her Clara video.
Yes, thank you.
Feel free, Dana, to I didn't put the link, but feel free, or any of our mods that are out there, to get the link to that video and post it in the chat so everybody can go check it out. What's up, Miss Debbie? Welcome, welcome. Let's see. Manicore says dialogue with the unconscious. Potentially, it could be. It absolutely could be. And that is one of the questions yet to be answered.
You're at 500, Debbie?
Did you make it? Congratulations if you did, hon. Are you talking about Dana's or you talking about yours? Everybody's getting it. That's right. Congratulations if you reached it, hon. She's got Dana's got to get where were you at on your watch?
I'm like 200 now, so I'm getting there. I'm going down every day.
So she is almost to the she just needs the watch hours so she can get that monetization. She's got the subs. So again, You guys just go play all of her streams or videos if you haven't already. Just put the like James was saying, put them on the background, let them play.
Almost.
Dana, yes, Dana made it to 500. Oh, you're at 215. We'll put your link as well in the chat so everybody can go check out Miss Debbie and all that she does. She does a lot of art videos that are really cool. She's got some from art videos and stuff, so you guys can go check all that out. Miss Debbie is next on her road to 500.
Yes, ma'am.
Let's see what else Mr. Jade and Tom have to say to each other. Or Jade is saying to himself. Who knows?
Sure, it might mean something, yeah. Maybe it's something someone made because they thought it meant something. Maybe it's someone like you.
Someone like you, like his past self, maybe?
I was just going to say that.
I don't know, man.
Just going to say that. Is that like a,
hitting a nudge? I don't know. Or
think about it. Someone like you. Hint, hint, wink, wink.
Right, James? What do you think?
Yeah, totally. I don't.
Thank you, Bill.
One thing people may ask is something like, is it the Man in Yellow sending or doing the Khatri and the Tom thing, or is it Boy in White? And it could easily be Boy in White, even if it says maybe harsh things, because maybe that's what it takes to push that person in that direction, or whatever. So.
Yeah. Right. You never know. Like what's pushing them, what's
pulling
them,
as far as what he said right then, I think it is a jab. Like maybe you did it.
Mhm. But it
And
don't mean nothing.
the audience didn't maybe catch on at the time, but we see it now, kind of thing.
Right. And that's again why I like to go back and I picked out certain random clips because it was just going back and listening, because I forget sometimes what is actually said, or we, I don't want to say Mandela effect ourselves, but to a degree, perhaps we do, in the sense that we're not remembering the scenes right, or we're looking from, I know I look at them sometimes too closely even, and think I see things that aren't there, whatever the case may be. So going back and really now listening to some of the conversations and even putting some of the clips together with certain conversations with the timeline, it's just very curious at how some of these same sort of sound bites or events or things like the broken has come up a couple times. So, and there's different things throughout, just even the way like they're talking with either themselves or an entity here, there will be certain conversations or certain lines that seem to be carried through the light and dark places, little things like that. So it is kind of nice to go back through and re-listen. But that was a jab if I've ever seen one.
Hell yeah.
The place is feeding off of emotion, humors, and stirring powerful confusion, fear, and doubt, says Bill. Okay, that is definitely feeding off of something. I think it's just the straight suffering, but it could be hope. It could be a lot of different things.
Just look for answers, trying to figure things out. Grasping at straws. And here you are, standing, looking at this bottle tree, puzzling over it, like it's a part of the original design.
No.
I'm telling you, James, I don't like that Tom in this conversation. How much is that just really taunting him? Like, yo, you're just grasping at straws. You're just standing here wasting your time on this tree. And then sure enough, the tree does matter. So again, is it the entity trying to throw Jade off? Or
And
is it
he
his
said
own
part of
conscience?
the original design right then and there. I mean, come on.
There you go. Yeah, case closed for James. He's good. He's already proven it.
Right?
Close, book shut, put it on the shelf. We're done.
Right.
Wipe your hands clean.
Right. Sale has ended.
So I wonder, is
Scarlett.
Jade the one that makes
Scarlett
it?
played 6 seconds, and it
It
boom,
said it.
in the
I
box.
know, like back to back, right? That was two little separate bits. It's dismissive behavior, says Great Gold. Well, you know, I mean, he's definitely, again, if this is just Jade sort of working things out in his head and he is having some sort of delusion or hysteria, making shit up in his brain, I could see him arguing with himself in that manner. And, or if this is the entity and it knows what Jade is, if it is what kind of made the original, like you're saying, he made the original, whatever, orchestrated how this world was created, the pact, whatever the case may be, it is kind of messing with him though. And is he not supposed to know? Is he forever to not have the knowledge? Like, what is it about the knowledge is that going to break the pact? I mean, it comes at a cost, but the knowledge they're gaining seems to be particularly geared towards the story of what originally happened here.
Yeah, but it seemed like the boy in white tried to tell Christopher the whole story, and it broke him. Like it messed it up. It didn't work. So now he's having to do it a different way. He's having to place a Tom and a Cautry, and okay, I need to help these people along. These certain players, and whether it be voices in their head or whatever it may be that the boy in white maybe is pushing. The man in yellow may can push those same buttons. In different ways. We just don't know. The phone call, Thomas, and all the voice on the radio, and all those things. So. That's the thing. It's hopefully season 4 will have a little bit better understanding of the game and the players and maybe some more motive even. And that'll fill in some of the blanks kind of all the way around.
Well, I hope so. We need a few more.
We definitely need some filler. and not the type that's in the Kardashians' faces. We need some real
Oh,
color.
snap.
And what's up, Dieter? Welcome, hun. And thank you for stopping by and giving a like and some love. And I have a great night. It looks like it's still bedtime for you over in Belgium. So have a good night, hun. Sweet dreams. No nightmares, no from mares.
Right? Don't dream of cicadas.
Right? Let's see. Levels of despair. The psyche / trees work off hope. Yes, along with numerical coordinates, like on the because the peach truck map, along with some images, I think were drawn by possibly Victor, shows like they possibly have a coordination to them or color wheel, which if that is coordinated to the children, that goes back to again that, which I think is for me established that the children, as in essence, created the trees, and perhaps they created each of their own tree. I'm not sure, but
Oh, maybe there's like one tree per child.
right, and that's why it's color coordinated. And you see, like the kids on the painting with Miranda, they're kind of each got their own color, I think, T-shirt. I will have to go and reconfirm that, but that is perhaps a possibility.
Vic, there'll be no filler shaming. No, I'm mostly just Kardashian shaming.
Oh,
More so than filler shaming.
look, now we're trying to go under the radar here. They gonna come strike me down. We talking about the Kardashians? Oh, shots fired! Oh shit! We may lose one dog, but at least there is another. Indeed. And you would have thought Jim was the cost for the knowledge gained. So what happens that causes the dog's demise? Is it, again, just the cost of knowledge, or is he just a casualty of happen since sort of deal? It doesn't seem like they would just pass away.
And what if the dog was the boy in white, and now the boy in white is not around anymore?
Yeah.
Oh my God!
Oh snap!
That is, I've heard that places that might be the end of the boy in white.
That's what the man in yellow loved. This next part, crunchy crunch crunch.
Well, it might be his favorite part. And again, what is the boy in white to begin with? Is he just a separate sort of entity or god, or was he like what was his connection to the children? Because he seems to work in conjunction with the trees in the lighthouse, which tie in, it seems, with the kids and having the people to remember what happened. So I mean, and then you have Sarah talking about him, of course, saying that she thinks that he may not be a boy. The image that Miranda has of him seeming taller, not necessarily as a little boy, but it was very strange imagery. So where does he truly, because you can tie the man in yellow pretty easily into the story as far as the bad entity side. Where do we tie in the boy in white as far as with the children in the story go? Where did he come along?
Right.
Was he part of the townspeople?
So let's say the red and black thing on the cave wall is the bad entity. Just as our theory real quick. So the cave presented us the big bad. Somehow Jade was able to manage to strike a deal to play this game, for lack of better words. I don't know if it was that simple. It was an intricate thing that he was able to do, to play the melody and to set it all that stuff going as far as the reincarnations and everything, to try again until they figured it out, maybe. So really it would be more like Jade and the red and black entity sitting down at a chessboard, and maybe Jade's side is the boy in white playing the game, and the demon side is the man in yellow. You could look at it that way, possibly. I don't know. There's so many options, really.
Right. So if we go with that theory, that means like the children and stuff are not real? That pack is not real? It's more just part of a simulation or programming or a game that's pre-set up like, how does that tie in then? Because it seemed like the
Well,
townspeople made a
it
pact.
could be the thing that happened, and if Jade hadn't have done what he did to make it intricate and to make it happen, maybe. And this is just theory, but
Yeah,
maybe
no, I mean,
Jade,
I'm just trying to follow the theory and see how it ties in with the kids.
the kids were happening. The kids were happening.
Uh-huh.
So what Jade did was allow it to loop, and maybe they could figure out a way to save the kids.
Mm-hmm.
You know, maybe that was his intervention, and because he was a really smart person, kind of thing, that figured out to make it intricate, like the bottle trees, and you got to play the melody and you remember, and you know, he had to kind of code that in, or make that play out to try to put it into a loop,
Mm-hmm.
maybe. So the kids thing was going to happen, and it's going to be a final where the demons keep the kids' souls if somebody doesn't figure it out, you know.
Mm-hmm. Okay, I can see it. Kind of like a I don't know if I want to relate it to like Mortal Kombat, where they had to keep doing the battles and whatever side kept winning, but eventually, you know, after you get to a certain number, whatever side got to that number, they got to merge.
Yeah. But you know, it's just a lot of different, really, according to how you look at it. And if you know, you can have a lot of different theories beyond one basic theory, you know, for an example,
Mm-hmm.
with this show, because it's still so mysterious in all kinds of ways.
It's so intricate with its mysteries that it
Yeah.
leaves so much for interpretation still to a degree that like you said, you can kind of have one theory about sort of an aspect of the show and still try to have another theory about an aspect of the show, and they may not even relate, or you don't even know how they would even fit together, but it's like, okay, well, this seems to be going in this direction, but yet you have this other sort of overarching mystery going on over here. We don't know how it connects, but it seems to be going this way. It's all kinds of weird bits. I said, thank you, Miss Vic, for becoming a member for 8 months. Look at you.
Wowzers. Congrats.
Thank
Awesomeness.
you so much. Shout out to all the members. And Vic, the best one of all, sometimes because she's our mod and she keeps track of a lot of bits.
Yes.
She watches Discords, all kinds of stuff. So Vic is the best. We love her. But let's see what else you guys are saying. Let's see. Miss Debbie was talking about, again, the kind of the light and dark and how it related to Lost. We got boy in white equals Jacob, man in yellow is the man in black, and they're still playing. Yeah, they're kind of going back with that dark and light. And that is, again, why a lot of people do relate Lost to From, because they do have a lot of this similar storytellings and using kind of that evil versus light in a strange sort of pocket world or island. I think there was a picture that they had, that Victor had, or somewhere it was posted up, where it was like that they were showing almost like From was an island. They showed it in a snow globe. You know, they keep showing these sort of ways that From, or at least people believe that From, the people that were there think it's some sort of a pocket island dimension, weird, outside of our normal reality type of deal. So yeah, there's a lot to that for sure. See, Bill Chill says the most direct opposite of knowledge is ignorance, which represents a lack of information, understanding, or awareness. And yeah, they definitely don't like the information being spread. Well, one side. And if the boy in white knows that, he knows there's a cost. And I'm not saying that he doesn't mind there being a cost that has to be paid. But if he needs certain players to not pay that cost, how does he know they're like, how does he was trying to help Sarah and Boyd, it seemed like, right? Or was he just trying to help Sarah? Because he didn't seem like he helped Boyd. Boyd ended up, you know, not in a good place, right?
Yeah.
So how did that, like did that
Or
man in yellow?
he ended up exactly where he wanted him to end up.
And again, that goes back to the box and what was released. It seemed like it was laughing at him. So why was he supposed to go to the dungeon if that's where the boy in white wanted him to go? I know we have gone down a whole rabbit hole of things from this clip. But he's just, I can't help it. I forget what we were originally talking about with it, but the bits, guys, they just keep coming. Let's see. Debbie says, I don't mean actually them, but it's a similar situation. Two gods, right? Playing with people to prove their point because they can. Absolutely. Let's see. Ignorance can be active or passive, where one chooses to ignore becoming informed. Knowledge can also be seen as remembrance and cooey in a world of reincarnation, says Bill Chill. I like that. I like it. You guys are all the best. But I love Vic. Look, man, you guys don't understand it. When the giveaways come around, you guys will love Vic too, because she helps us keep track of all the winners. She does a lot of things behind the scenes. She does drop links for us and stuff. So we do love Miss Vic, but we love all you guys.
Yes.
And I'm gonna try sometime in the middle of this next season of From. I want to do some more member only streams. I think I changed up my memberships a little bit, and I still got to rework them and add some bits to them because I took one of the tiers down or renamed it. I got to do all the house cleaning, Dana, spring cleaning.
Right? We gotta get shit in order, Scarlett.
I'm telling you. So I do want to do some member only streams coming up during the season. Maybe me and Dana will have some super secret theories that we'll talk to you guys about.
Dun, dun, dun.
Let you guys tell us some of yours. We'll have some good From powwows after the episodes. I'm thinking possibly mid-season for sure to do one. And then at the end of the season. And then I want to put one somewhere around the beginning for sure. But it'll be summertime. So family trips, all that kind of fun stuff I'm sure will be going on. So we'll see what... I definitely want to do that with you guys.
What Great Gold. I love you. I just don't love you as much right now.
I love Great Gold because he's a fair player, and I
you
still
don't want to be
understand.
on my side.
He never
you
said
more
that, Dana. No, he
if
never
you don't wanna
said
be
that.
on my side.
He never said that, Dana.
We'll see.
He never said that. See, I'm still under the impression that he is neutral at this point. He has not chosen a side.
We'll see. But I still love you, Great Gold. You're my favorite dragon.
That's crazy. How Dana, she just straight up accused you of picking sides like that. See how that's how the dark side goes. My team over on the light, we understand that you have the choice of picking whichever side or just being neutral and just having fun in the world of Far Easta.
The dark side's so much fun.
I don't know, man. You've seen how quick they turn on you. And he forgives you. But remember, she turned on you real quick. Yes, it'll be some From After Dark. I cannot wait. Oh.
Bill.
You can't punish me for that, Dana. That ain't my fault.
I'm going to just ignore that and just not pay attention to it.
Mm-hmm. And I do love this comment. Bill, definitely Martin could be more powerful piece on the game board, or finding the dungeon could help them find a way out of From. Absolutely. There's more to that dungeon and Martin, I believe, than meets the eye. Now, whether or not Martin is the man in yellow or not, that's a stretch, and I understand I'm stretching with it. And I'm sorry. I know you're not going to like me saying it, Carol. But Martin says.
But it's not a stretch. The reason why it's not a stretch, and I'll defend this because I thought Scarlett, you know how I felt about Martin from the first time we saw him. So I've been team sus Martin from like the very beginning. If the man in yellow can shapeshift, that it brings into play to the fact that why couldn't he have shapeshifted into Martin? If that was part of some big plan to get the music box or to destroy the music box or whatever the man in yellow is trying to do, Martin would be smart to turn into Martin and be able to manipulate, because that's how he was really able to manipulate Boyd. Oh, Boyd saw the tattoo that made Boyd connect to him more about being part of the military and, everything like that. So it's not far-fetched that the man in yellow could have been Martin. We just don't know who. If he's a shapeshifter, that means he could be anybody.
So I don't know. Again, it could be a total throwaway to make us think he's sus. Like many other characters in the show, there's just a few things with the tattoo, and again, it depends on how you look at the situation. I'm looking at it from a sus, I guess, point of view. The fact that he knew certain things about Abby, and him having a Marine tattoo, which ties in with Abby and kind of that soft spot he has, is sus for me. The way he reacted to him in several different ways in the conversation was sus. But I could be totally wrong, and he is someone who is just a townie, or someone came in just like Boyd, and he got trapped there just like he said, and maybe he chained himself up because he knew that whatever was inside of him needed to stay there or something. I don't know. There's still lots of possibilities, but welcome, J Mart. Let's see. You got a question. Says, my question is, why does the man in yellow kill Jim and not appraisal? I don't know. Did I read that wrong?
Hello, Mr. Doug. Hello, Mr. Hughes.
You're welcome. We were just talking a little bit about you and what you could or could not be in the series. This is where we hang out sometimes. Yeah, we like to talk some from around here.
Just
going over some bits. Welcome, welcome.
Bit. Yes, welcome to our side of the universe.
Your ears were burning. Well, I mean, I've been for the last couple streams talking about you a little bit and how some connections of what you may be going back to season 1 and trying to figure it all out. Are you the biggest baddie of them all, or are you just another notch on the spear? We still don't know for sure. But it's fun to go back and see now, knowing that Julie has some story walking and some bits where she gets to see you. It looked like possibly Victor has a drawing of you, so that is very interesting.
It is. There's just so many questions. And like I said, if the man in yellow does shapeshift, that changes a lot. It changes a lot because now we have to start looking at everybody differently. Because now you really don't know. You don't know. Has he been kind of just floating around the town this entire? How much has he been manipulating if shapeshifting is a factor? And if he can, can he only shapeshift into the people who are dead if he is the one that comes back as Jim? And that's what we're seeing from the trailer and what looks like the transformation he's taking.
Right.
It just opens up such a larger door. What do you think, James? Like, if he's a shapeshifter, that changes a lot.
Unless he just can shapeshift into one thing, like a spider.
We don't know, right? And the trailer, of course, they leave it for our imaginations as always to fly. And we don't know if it's quite shape-shifting or if he's going to be a whole bunch of insects. Like, he's just going to somehow morph down into a whole bunch of insects or something, like a whole bunch of cicadas, worms. Like, they're still, because of course the clothes are left behind. With the box, right? It's a suitcase. We don't know exactly if it is 100% the same suitcase we see in the caves. And again, it's right in the midst of some of those ruins of the old stone structures. So is there another hatch there? Like, is this still right after Jim passed, or is this days after?
Right.
When he decides to start this. So there's still so many questions. They leave it so open for interpretation, which is, again, why I love the show, because like we've tried to figure out what we know, right? Like, what do we actually know? And we keep coming back to, well, it could be this, or possibly even this. It could be 3 possibilities or more, to be fair. So it is good. I don't know. Martin sus, and I might I might thank you, Mr. Man in Yellow, playing us with Martin. Perhaps you were trapped in the dungeon, wanting to be released in some form, and perhaps you already had some ways to interact with the townsfolk. But I am curious. It seems like even with Tabitha and the house collapsing, and that seemed to kind of correlate with the same time as the radio signal. Seems as if you were the voice on the radio, and perhaps in that moment you were able to go through the radio into the power source. And we already know the power lines work, or the power in from works in very mysterious ways. So it is possible with you kind of using the radio signal, which I believe Jim had already noted to how they work differently. Radio signals can work in ways that we don't understand. So it is possible in a world like this that you are powered up in a sense, or giving a jolt to do some things. And see, we had Father Cautry, dead Father Cautry, the dead Tom bartender who appeared after that. We get a couple encounters with Abby after that as well. Martin is very sus, in my opinion, and I know some folks don't like that. But again, the way he pops off, now knowing what Julie was seeing, and she was the one with the rope, and Martin just knowing about Abby and Julie a little too much is so sus. Certain conversations being known, I don't know, did you just point to a certain man in yellow? But I'm curious.
And have we ever seen Clara and the Man in Yellow in the same scene? I don't think so.
Right? Don't get me started on Clara now. Don't get me started on Clara now. And if the Man in Yellow shapeshifts, he could be Clara. You don't know. You don't know. But it's just going to be interesting. I hope if we do get anything this season, I want to know more about the magic.
Dana.
Or what?
He says, I just worked with Martin on another gig. I'm telling.
The connections. The connections. You see? You see? I don't know, Scarlett.
I don't know, man. I mean, I'm fine with being wrong, but I do love the tease. It's good. I love a good mystery, and a good, especially the way Lost did it in a similar form that From is doing it. It does tease us with different things it could be. And they do love to show us little bits that tease us, so that's fun to know. And of course, you know, the Man in Yellow starts with the M. You know, you got Martin. Maybe it's not just the Man in Yellow. Maybe it's Martin in Yellow.
Mm-hmm.
You got to know the name. And he told Jim his name. And I know the Man in Yellow is probably not like Rumpelstiltskin, but you know kind of how that lore goes, where you have to know the name of the entity in order to stop it. What if in the end, knowing Martin's name is the kicker? I'm just throwing it out there. Because Rumpelstiltskin took the children too. You like taking children too. I'm just saying.
You never know.
Didn't he like gold or something like that? I don't know. I'm stretching as always, but I do love to theory craft. It's fun. Even when it goes nowhere. It's fun. It was a mystery, actually. It is. It's a lot of mysteries.
Well, it's just, and that's what we always say we love about this show. The fact that there hasn't been a show like this in a while, where you can have so many different theories and thoughts on what's going to play out in the show.
Right.
Because so many shows, you have your cop shows, you have your, you know, typical dramas. Even when we were watching The Institute, like, you kind of knew where it was going. You can sit down and watch a lot of shows that are out nowadays, and you kind of can call it. Like, I forget what show I was just watching with Miguel, and he was like, I was calling stuff. I was like, oh, this is going to happen. He's like, how do you know that? I was like, it's obvious. I was like, it's obvious that's the way they're going. It's not obvious in From, like, at all. So we can sit here and swear up and down we know something. We don't know anything. We don't know anything.
Absolutely. And yet, no, you're doing it with another show. I just thought it was just funny that you are going to be working with the actor who played Martin. And I think that you and Martin are this kind of going to end up being maybe the same character in From. I just found it comical. It's like, oh, the connections, although it is a different show. Did you read James's latest post today?
What was your latest post today, Mr. James? No, I did not.
Oh, it was just an April Fool's thing.
What did you do?
What did you do?
What did you do?
Oh, just stupid stuff like Daryl Dixon leaked info about the finale. He goes home in the mouth of a whale.
Oh.
So just stupid stuff.
April Fools.
Yeah. That Murdoch Mysteries is a long running show. It's on like, I forget what season. I don't watch it, but sorry. But I just know it's long running.
Mm-hmm. But James ate frozen lasagna, right? April Fool's Day, we didn't mean it.
I'm going to ignore all the lasagna talk.
But it's the April Fool's joke. Just don't send her a picture of Stouffer's. You'll be all right. But let's see. We'll listen to a little bit more, and then we'll see what else we got. Oh, it's up Robert Sanders with the $20. Griffin describes the man in yellow as an angel who went on a quest and failed. Ethan states Norman went on a quest in order to save everyone. Maybe the man in yellow is Ethan's original Norman and failed on his quest, and the cycle repeats. Oh, okay, it could be. It could be. Again, the possibilities, even how Ethan was telling Jade about the symbols and trying to tell the difference between what is, something that is good and something that is a bad symbol that's going to cause you to basically go crazy, as Jade has.
I don't think that is also something else I don't think people do enough. They need to listen to Ethan more. Like he drops knowledge on these adults. And like, I don't even think they realize how much he actually knows.
Mm-hmm. Well, Victor for sure. They need to get Victor to open up a little bit more. And he does seem to be scared to, like, he seems to have an understanding. And now with the man in yellow popping off and the way they have him in the trailer, knowledge coming at a cost, that it kind of goes back to something Victor, I believe, was telling Tabitha. I might be incorrect to who he was talking to, but talking about how he doesn't want to talk about the knowledge because people who go searching for answers and things like that never come back. So it's almost, and then we have a picture of the man in yellow drawn by Victor in the trailer where he's digging it up again, things that he buried to forget. And he seems aware that knowledge comes at a cost to a degree.
Mm-hmm. But it's just like Ethan, even when Julie's talking to him about like what she's going through and him explaining kind of like what she is, I think there's more to it when it comes to his knowledge, and they don't use it enough. They don't use it enough. I know he's a kid, but to me, he's one of the most powerful characters in the story right now.
Oh yeah. He is definitely one. Him, Victor, like there's a few where they are saying certain things, whether they're talking about the story or how Jade kind of seems to talk as if he's talking for us sometimes. These characters do seem to be placed in a way like that. But real quick, again, thank you, Robert. That is a good theory. I like it. Again, thank you for the $20. And I'm going to play a little something for you. Let me remove that to make sure everything works proper. And there I found it.
Welcome to the fever dream. Fever, you're on fire. Welcome to the burning desire. I said fever. Join the party. We're burning all through the night.
And again, thank you, Robert Sanders. You are one of our favorite Fromelies.
Yes, we love you, Robert.
As me and Dana go, because we go so back, we go so far back with Robert to where we began in the chat, just talking theories all night long, all day long, posting in Discords. So we do have a soft spot for Mr. Robert Sanders and all that he has done for the community and his theories. Got the color theories, all the numbers. So many bits, Dana. I can't even think of them all.
Yes. God, all those nights we spent. Jeez.
Lots and lots of days and nights.
How many
Hanging out
nights did we freaking
from
watch the sunrise?
too many. But they're fun though. A lot of good memories.
Yes. Yes.
Oh, well, we have Miss Dana on top up there, and then we have Mr. James in the middle from The Walking Dead Explained, and I'm Miss Scarlet Fever down here, and we're pretty much all over from the country a little bit. We kind of go down in it's almost like a zigzag line, sort of.
It is. I'm the native New Yorker. I'm the New Yorker of the family.
And that's why Dana's the ice. And then I'm all the way down in Alabama. I'm in the South, pretty close to the beach, not far. And James is kind of slightly in the middle of us.
Yeah. But it's funny because last season we hosted a bunch of creator roundtable discussions. We brought together a bunch of different creators from all over. We had JH, we had Mr. Jeremy from Jeremy Ice and Fire. We had a bunch of creators that came together, and that's what brought us James. We had James on one of our From panels, and we just became great friends ever since. So From is technically what brought us all together. Even me and you, Scarlett, like we started talking about From, and it just blossomed from there. So From is really kind of like the heart of what brought us together.
Yeah, no, I'm not the same Scarlett as Julie B. That streams over there with her. I'm not the same one.
It's okay, Daryl. Different Scarlett.
Yeah, we was around, oh God, back when Jeremy first started his Discord or shortly after.
Yes, we originally come from Jeremy's community. So that is where we started, and Jeremy is actually the one who gave us our first live stream many moons ago.
So many.
God, we were so reckless then.
But let's see, I'm going to bring back up the clip. Hopefully it plays back from where it was. You know me, we'll make it through.
Oh, Vic's yelling at us. She said we skipped over her comment.
Oh, which one? I'm sorry. Well, just left me out. You didn't get this. I'm sorry. I will play for Vic's membership as well. I got to find it. That was way back in.
Welcome to the fever dream. Fever, you're on fire. Welcome to the burning desire. I said fever. Join the party. We're burning all through the night.
Thank you, Vic. Thank you again for being a member and an awesome mod. We love you.
Yes.
There you go. You are most welcome, my dear. I'm so sorry. Oh, I pressed something I didn't mean to press. I wouldn't try to share it. No, I don't want to share the referral link.
Damn it, Scarlett.
Well, no, I was trying to click Roberts, but then I clicked the share your referral link tab.
Are we going to have to put you back down in the caves again?
Maybe. I do get feral from time to time. I have a big smile, though, just like the monsters. I could be Smiley Sister. You never know. I got red hair, too.
You do.
Yeah. Come to find out, the monsters just have a lot of weed down in the caves. That's why they're
I don't know what you're talking about. No idea what it is you're referring to.
They got into Fatima's stash.
Yeah.
No,
They got into Fatima's stash.
Wildflowers that grow.
They raided the greenhouse at night.
And it's all like moldy. It's all like molded and stuff. This
is where it's at.
Right, Robert. Yes, there were very few of us back then. It was a long time ago. I know.
It was.
It feels like it's not really that long ago, but it feels like forever ago.
It does.
But we did. We had lots of fun, and we still do. Things have changed a little bit, but We still love you guys, and we'll never forget all the late nights and long chats, theory crafting, and hanging out and watching movies and playing games and all the fun that we had. And
Right?
again, all because of From, right? I mean, it kind of brought a lot of us together. I know not just you, Robert, Dana, Bitey, and so many of you other guys, Debbie, and so many new friends
Nick.
like Manicore and Daryl and all you guys. But James, of course, all you guys we brought together through From.
Yeah,
Dana,
they don't call it Fromily for nothing.
right?
Nope.
It has lived up to its name.
And I can't
Indeed
wait.
it
I
has.
can't wait to bring the creators together again this season. Just to see all the
Mhm.
new kind of voices and our the creators from last season, just to see what everybody thinks of this new season going forward. It's going to be fun.
Oh yeah. And we're gonna dive back in and listen a little bit more. And again, we won't tell if you don't tell. I got to clip the boy in white going shh.
Yes.
See, Miranda had visions of this place. She had visions of these trees. You don't have visions about things that don't mean anything.
Right, right. You just don't have little visions and things unless it has some sort of. I mean, even
Right.
I think all the visions have some sort of meaning. Now, where they fit into the puzzle is a mystery and a question.
Right. And that again, that's something that this show does well, that they carry over from Lost, just the fact that you have to pay attention. You
Mm-hmm.
have to pay attention. I don't think this is the type of show that is going to have anything that's kind of throwaway. So even the little things that you think don't matter, pay attention to, because you
Right.
never know when they're going to come into play. Like even right now, listening to this conversation, we didn't realize the first time Tom said making those little kind of, jabs at Jade, like you were saying, James, about like, oh, it's like somebody made this. It's like you don't realize, and I can't wait this weekend to watch watch the episodes that they said to watch before the season starts, just to see how, just listening to that small story, what that's going to show us.
Oh yeah, and I've watched through it and kind of like I kind of remember how it went together, but it's something again. Just going back through so many of the episodes now and trying to kind of clip together some of these conversations and listen to them and where they piece together with some of the themes that are reoccurring, with some of the characters and stuff. So yeah, I want to go back and rewatch that again at least. Let's see. Robert says, by the way, Scarlett and Dana, certain YouTube creators got early access to the first 4 episodes today, so be careful. Oh, well, thank you, Robert, for letting us know.
Yes.
Matter of fact, I tend to not even listen, and no offense to any of our actors out there, but I tend to not listen to any of the interviews and things like that, particularly because I want, for the most part, all the information to come directly from the show itself.
Mm-hmm.
I don't mind the trailers. And I'm even one that I don't mind if they have a trailer after an episode for like what's to come.
Mm-hmm.
But I try to stay away from, because it muddies it for me, and I really do like to just to experience as best as I can. I don't even try to watch too many YouTubers or anything like that during the season. I don't mind listening to you guys as we talk about it, but
So from now until the 19th,
gotta be real quick.
stay off the internet.
Good luck. Good luck. I don't mind it either. Like it's gonna happen with shows. Bigger channels, other creators are gonna get the early access to episodes. That's just, you can't avoid that. So I'm like you, Scarlett, to where even when I'm like talking to the other creators to get them for the roundtable discussions, and because there's creators that I love, like James, I watched you before we even became friends. So it was like I tried not to see anybody else's thoughts or theories, because I didn't want it to change my thoughts or theories until the end of the season. So I'll go back and watch like my favorite creators after the season's over to see what they've said. But yes, you have to be careful with spoilers. We are a spoiler-free community here as much as we can be. So no spoilers, and it is subject to get your comments erased, and Vic will be on top of you. So no spoilers, please.
Right, and I think we might even have a channel in the Discord just for that. If there are certain things what people consider spoilers, because we had a whole conversation last season about what people consider to be a spoiler. Even some people consider the trailer to be a spoiler for them. So,
Yes.
we do the best to try to accommodate everybody. So just be careful. A lot of people may not want to see certain bits that come out. So please do not spoil it for those of us who want to have as much mystery as possible.
Yes.
Yeah, last season was interesting. And the worst possible thing too is, again, me and Dana tend to not, even the spoiler channel that we do have in Discord, I tend to not even look at that at
I
all.
don't either. Yeah, same.
Vic kind of monitors that for us and a few other folks, because I don't want to be tainted with it. So yeah, last season it was really hard for us, even because people might say something in the chat and say it as a theory, but we don't know like what they're saying is actually a spoiler. So again, if you do happen to say something and our mods get you for that, just know that it's not, we're not trying to be mean or anything like that, but we are trying to preserve, I can't say, words are hard.
Yeah.
The mystery for everyone. And if there's a problem, you gotta let us know. We're always here to talk. You'll take care. You get them, Douglas.
That's right. He's coming for you. The man in yellow will get you. He'll get you. Don't mess with him. Don't mess with him. And it was funny, Douglas. Like I was saying to them before, I was like, you've been so nice to me in our conversations and everything that we've had, that I'm like, I don't know if I can not like your character this season. I might actually be rooting for you just because you were so nice. I was like, even telling my mom, who I watched the show with, I was just like, Ma, I don't think I could not like the man in yellow anymore. I was like, I don't know if I can. He's too nice. He's too nice.
Until you see him kill the dog.
Yes. I don't, that might be a line. And I told my mom not to Google. Like I told her not to Google. So when she was like, is this true? Is this true? I was like, where'd you find that out? Because I've been trying so hard to keep it from her, that she was like, I just Googled about From. I wanted to see. And I was like, oh my, I told you not to Google. I was like, I told you not to Google. So Mama Susie.
I know, poor Mama Susie.
She's most
likely we're gonna have her back.
Yes.
Just as soon as she gets healed up from all of her surgeries.
She's waiting.
I know she's like, ready. She's been ready to talk. And then, like you said, she did get to see the bits about the. So yeah, y'all better be on your P's and Q's during that episode if she comes and talks to us, because she's not going to be very happy. And again, we don't know if from what we've seen, if the dog is taken out, we still don't know how.
No, we don't.
So it could be really sad. It could just be, a sad accident. But it could be like a really, it could be horrifying. We don't know yet.
Yep.
It's all still a mystery. Soon, though, it seems like the season is going to reveal mysteries. At least some revelations from what it seems. Let's see. There are people who got early access. Yeah, there was a lot of that going around. And, I'm sure they will figure it out. We'll just do our best over here and know that we will not intentionally, we won't have the spoilers. So if somebody in the chat does it, we'll do our best to try to control that aspect of it. Because we won't know. I wouldn't even, that's the sad thing. I wouldn't even know, because I don't know what the spoilers are. So it's like, dang it.
I don't either. It's gonna be a fun ride. I can't wait. I'm just glad it's here. Like I feel like we've been waiting for just so long. Like, when are they gonna give us a release date? When are we getting the trailer? When are we getting something? Gimme.
Now we got some bits.
Yes.
And enough bits to go back and kind of look over the season. They, like James said, he's working on a video for the episodes that were particularly told to us to go back and check out before the season. So that's sort of like a nice path to go down before you get ready. And then just the overall bits. If we get to it tonight, I'm going to go through a little bit of the scene when they were in the RV and the lights flickered and the monster stopped and the melody and the banging. And does that have anything to do with Julie, or what is her part possibly going to be with that if she does story walk back to that point? Or is, again, Julie won't even be there. Whatever it appeared to be in the trailer is just fooling us. She will not story walk back to that point. They're just showing it to remind us of something. I don't know. You just need it.
Right? Is it a callback, or is it a Julie story walking scene? So
Right.
it's gonna be interesting. And then if it is a Julie story walking scene, it'll be interesting to see how she interacted with that moment, and then go back and see if we can spot kind of what, because I remember we did that with Martin and the rope.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you put it together in that one clip which I thought was so good, and you need to put that up as a video by itself. But that's just me. You literally clipped you put it on order. Like, you were able to watch the whole scene from her point of view and from Martin and Boyd's point of view. And it was so interesting to see how they stood side by side.
Right. And they did a good job of making sure that you couldn't really tell. Like, it was seamless. Okay, you're not going to be able to hear her because they made sure to make him far enough down to where it is possible for her to be there and him not be aware.
Yeah.
So, yeah, and we always wondered about the rope. So that was a mystery solved, only to lead to further mystery. Which
right?
tends to be the way it goes. But let's see. We'll see what else we got with this clip a little bit. We'll listen a little bit more. And of course, there's a lot more to it. We don't have to listen to the whole thing, but they were just the way Tom, or the dead Tom, is talking to Jade. And again, whether it's his subconscious or some darker entity or a light entity, either way, it's just, there's something there that we don't know what it means. And again, as Jade said before with Tabitha, it's like water slipping through your hands, right? Through your fingers.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what it means, but it's gotta mean something, right?
What about the things you see?
Yep.
Civil War soldiers? The guy crushed by the rock in the root cellar.
No, listen, those were different, okay? Those were completely different.
How so, Jade?
Fine, all right, fine. Maybe it's garbage. Maybe it's a giant waste of time. Are you gonna help me bring these down or what?
You're gonna be useful. You're gonna be useful,
Right?
or you're just gonna stand there.
You're just gonna sit here and critique me and make me think I'm stupid, or are you gonna actually give
help me get the
something?
bottles, damn it.
Right. And again, yeah, what about those? How are they different? And they are different. I mean, mind you, yeah, they're different, but it doesn't mean the tree doesn't matter. But this tree is different, right? This one is not one that appears to be, or at least I believe this is not one that they can walk through. So it goes back to where the reincarnated selves trying to recreate this tree, but there's only one true bottle tree.
Mm-hmm. And it will be interesting to see, because I think was it you, James? Somebody said the fact that what if each cycle or each reincarnated set of, Tabitha and Jade actually made a bottle tree? What if it's something repetitive that they do every cycle they come back? So that's why we see so many variations of bottle trees, because at one point, like Tabitha's bracelet, she's prone to make it. She said she's almost called to make it. It's just
and
something
Jay does it again later, right? He starts making
she
one.
needs to do. So I wonder if we'll actually see this Jade and Tabitha make a variation of the bottle tree, like for the next or for.
Well, Jade seemed like he started to, right? Like kind of outside of the bar. And season 3, he started to make one, right? I'm pretty sure Jade did.
He was drawing one. I don't know.
I thought he was outside making one or something.
Oh, when he saw Christopher?
Yeah.
Now
What
I have to
he's
go back. I don't know if he was making one or taking more of them down. I'm not sure now.
okay. I can't remember either.
I think he was making one
I thought he was making
at
one.
that
That's when
point.
Henry walked up to on him.
Yeah. It's like
So then there you go. So it seems like maybe each bottle tree we've seen was a different variation of the Jade and Tabitha who made it in the past cycles.
Mm-hmm. And again, it's like it's the one that Sarah goes to was Boy. I can't remember 100%, but I want to say that one was not like they could walk through it, but yet she still heard the they screaming, followed by waking up and saying some lady was telling her about Boy. So again, very mysterious. Very mysterious. Yeah, the bartender. He is stuck in bartender mode for eternity, right? Let's see. Vic says so. He's not an angel. We'll scratch that one off my list. Yeah, I don't know. The bartender. I waffle. I really think he's part of the bigger entity, but who knows? They do like to play games. The biggest April Fool's joke ever.
Well, because we're constantly thrown off, especially when she refers to the voices she hears, it's never a him or a her. It's always like a they. So it tells us that there's more than one of something. What that is, I don't know. But she always refers to them as they.
Right. And there's a few different times where they refer to a they, but then it goes back to an it. Within sort of the same kind of thing. Because again, when the music box talks about they are coming or they're coming, but then again, when Sarah goes back, she says it's laughing. She doesn't say, oh, they're laughing at you. She specifically says it's laughing. Even here, she talks about how they're screaming. I can hear them screaming. And then she reverts after she wakes up to a it female voice speaking to her directly. And welcome, Christine. Welcome. He is the man in yellow. He very well could be. That is definitely that. Martin and a few others, I believe, are possibly the man in yellow messing with our characters. Let's see. We're going to finish this little clip out. Of course, I'm 1,000 years old too. Well, if you are the ancient being, you very well could be quite old.
Got to finish this first.
You got to finish that.
Work on that. Is the Jade that built a multi-million-dollar company when everyone said he shouldn't? That guy had thicker skin. Yeah. You really want to beat this place? Maybe you should sober up and give that guy a call.
Snap out of it, Jade.
And he was looking at him he went from smiling earlier to Jade to now he's just straight up being mean.
Was it being mean though?
Well, I don't know. I mean, to be fair, this place you might need a few drinks. He seems to be on the right track. He's trying to figure it out.
But given all the stuff he said up to this point that we listened to, and it pointing to Jade being an architect of maybe like what I was talking about, this fits right in there. Like, okay, dude, I'm your friend, see? And friends don't let friends drive themselves into the gutter, see? So you know what you really need to do? And, he's telling him like that, right? So it's not a mean thing, just a stern thing. Like, dude, you need to get your shit together. Lay off the booze for a minute, think this thing through, and you'll figure out and cooey. You'll and cooey, or whatever.
Oh, and Robert sent me some stuff. I'm just grabbing that real quick. So you guys keep talking. All the Nkuis. I'm sorry. He got me some pictures of the bottle trees, and I guess how they're distinguished differently. I'm just saving some bits. Again, thank you, Robert, for sending this.
Yes, it's gonna be interesting. And so, do you guys think we see Jim in the trailer? Obviously, do you think anybody else might be popping up this season? You think Father Kotri will be back? Do you think we'll get more from our bartender here? Do you think anybody? Who do you guys think might also be popping up?
Yeah, I hope we get all those.
Well, it
It's
looks like Abby still may be
Abby.
popping.
Yeah, Abby could be one.
But as far as those who have passed, and again, how does this place? Is it just it can do anyone? Does it have to have? Because I mean, originally I thought it had to be particular to people who have passed away there, but and I still could be because when he pops up as the kid, if that is the man yelling on the phone as Tabitha and Jim's son or the baby, of course the voice is not going to be right.
Yeah.
So that would still be okay. He's just messing with them, but in order for him to be able to use a body to mess with them, maybe it has to be someone who has passed away on the grounds, or I don't know if it could even be someone. Could he go so far as to in person? Because we see a child. I'm trying to bring up the screenshots real quick. In this trailer, or a figure of what looks to be a new child with Jade. So, and we don't know who that is. So, can he just willy-nilly whoever he wants? Let me get these screenshots that he sent me. And this is what Robert was sending me, I guess, about the faraway tree. So, I don't know. Okay, so this one doesn't necessarily perhaps have a hole in it.
Yep, they see Tilly. Interesting. I wonder, do you think anybody's gonna miss Tien Chen? You think she'll visit anybody?
Oh, I mean, if she does come back to mess with Kenny or someone like that, would be really bad. That would be heartbreaking. There's a few characters she could mess with. I mean, Jim seems to be coming back in some form. So we know that's going to definitely mess with the kids for sure. And who knows who else he's going to talk to. I mean,
Yes,
he's talking to Ethan.
Jim's going to haunt us even after death.
What? He's not that bad. Look, I've come around, okay?
I'm still not there.
Look, I didn't always agree with how he handled. I feel like sometimes he meant well, but he just seemed like he came off like a tool.
Just sometimes I just want to shake him. Jim, just shake him.
Look, something about Jade triggered Jim the whole way through. And now knowing what we know, Dana,
we're all somebody's tools.
Perhaps Jim was picking up on some bits that we didn't realize.
Okay. Maybe.
But again, you know, that doesn't excuse all of his behavior, but some of the stuff that he was doing, maybe.
Oh, I'm not saying he's not a good man, Daryl. I'm just saying he was just so annoying. Because I just wanted to, just shake him a few times. Like, Jim, get your shit together.
You know, him and Jay did have a little bit of odds, and it's even more painful now knowing that, you know, at least the way they said in season 3 that Jade and Tabitha basically had a child together. Some reincarnated or older version of them. That's just heartbreaking. I kind of feel for Jim now. Okay, that was a little dagger that even I was like, all right, that was a little far. And then you just rip his throat out.
Jim had a mental condition.
But he wasn't all there, but man, that is messed up.
Jim had the no condition.
Well, he definitely
having
had to deal with
listen,
that.
having to deal with Tabitha and her no.
Well, look, my first thing that I think I didn't like about Jim was how he let Julie just go into Colony House and was telling Tabitha, no, don't go with her. I slightly did have a problem with that, but I guess it worked out. She ended up back home, so what do we know? Well, in Jim's defense, Jade was constantly winding him up. Indeed, yeah, there was definitely the tension between those two the whole way through, and Jim, you know, almost as if sometimes he was trying to prove something against Jade, and then of course now, like I said, knowing what Jade is to Tabitha. I waffled back and forth now with it just because of what we know now. But there were some moments with Vic where I did not agree. And we went through a whole thing with that last season, right? And then, of course, it came up, well, is Tabitha a better or worse parent because we were coming down so hard on Jim? And, that was a long conversation.
But, you throw in losing a kid, and that's, the trauma. It's hard to, what would you do? It's hard to gauge, really. It's easy to talk about people,
And obviously the family was it was very much displayed that a lot of the sort of reasons why the family was broken down was because of that. Even the children kind of feeling it to a degree. Ethan maybe not so much, but Julie having the way she talked to Jim. What was that, season 2 or season 3? I believe season 3. Because Tabitha was gone, and she was saying, I can't, you can't just walk away. You can't just basically not deal with Ethan and deal with the things that we have. Like, Mom's gone, but we're still here. She even kind of said the same thing to Tabitha with season 1, like, the baby's gone, but we're still here. Like, y'all can't just completely check out. You got to get your shit together and deal with it. And it was hard because, again, they're dealing with a possible divorce. They come to this place. It's all kinds of crazy. They've had a child that's passed. And then on top of it, when she leaves, Ethan is now at an age where he is very much so trying to understand death in a place like that. And trying to reason with not just the death of Tian Chen and all the other people that he's seen, but now the possibility of his mom. And Daddy didn't like that. And I didn't appreciate how Daddy dealt with it, Daddy Jim. But at the same time, it's easier said than done on how to handle those things.
Definitely.
In a place like that. So I do feel for Jim now, all things considered. I've come around.
I'll think about it.
Yeah, he gets a bad rap because there's a few scenes where he and we kind of make fun of him a little bit, where him and Tabitha fought in the bedroom at one point. He gets wrapped up in the blanket.
That was hilarious.
And then even the monsters like shriek in the background, like almost like, would y'all just shut the hell up? But either way, some of us felt some kind of way. Again, we went through all of it, right? Like, is it just because as a woman in a relationship, and are we just looking at it through a woman's eyes? And all those conversations came up, and it was something we had to look at, and went through Tabitha and how she perhaps was not the greatest mom, even though, yes, she seemed like she's got to go do this, just like Miranda. Miranda took her children essentially into From. That's not necessarily a good parent. And if Tabitha's what she may originally be, doesn't sound like she was a good parent in her original life, right? So there is something to the fact that maybe we read Jim in a wrong manner and gave Tabitha a little more leeway than she deserved at times. It's possible. Being fair, Dana. I know. Hey, look.
I know. That's why you're the reasonable one.
I didn't like Jim either, but, like I said, my biggest gripe was because he let Julie go off in Colony House originally. And that was what kind of set me off to begin with. I was like, and then he's like telling Tabitha, no, you can't go. Well, I mean, why can't y'all stay? I still don't understand that decision, but I guess we have to have a storyline. She needed to be there in order to go to the faraway tree. Otherwise, she wouldn't have been there during the massacre and gotten all the pictures, right?
True.
So I guess it all worked out in the end. Let's see. They were still trying to figure out what the hell this place was all about, and Jim's trying to protect his family at the same time. Yeah, and like I said, he was, but I had a few moments where the protection was concerning again with Julie. I know there was some other. We went through a whole bunch of that last season, which was good conversation. What's up, Miss Terry? Welcome, welcome.
Hello. No, she's at her home. She's not in my home.
You already knew I was going to ask.
Yep, she's at her home.
Yeah, even the guy who killed Jim likes Jim more than you guys. But I'm just saying, Look, man,
The irony of that, huh?
there was just a few bits in the way that he was having some decision making, and sometimes I wish him and Jade could work out their differences. And they did sort of there at the end, right before he was taken out. Poor Jim. May he rest in peace. Even the monsters can't stand them. What does that tell you? They did. They screeched while they were arguing. It was actually quite comical. The monsters. I'm sorry. That was the funniest moment of that episode, I think.
The monsters is like, even we don't got that drama.
And that is true. Yeah, they what was a few years back, right? Or was it recent? I couldn't remember how recent it was. Was it like 6 months or something, or was it a year?
I think it was like it was recent.
It was recent. Yeah, okay.
It was recent.
So yeah, that was a big thing that they were all dealing with as a family, and so that does play into a part of how they were behaving. But then why do you let your daughter go off and live in Colony House?
See, that decision isn't one of the ones that bothered me so much because you have a rebelling kid, right? So no matter what, like it's either you let her go or she sneaks out of the house and goes anyway. So it's like I kind of got where Jim was coming from with that because it's like either if we try to stop her, it's only going to make her want to go more. And she eventually did come back home because of everything that she dealt with. And
she's lucky as hell, though, to be in all fairness.
She is, and so are her parents because she was there during the Colony House massacre. But it's like, I understand that decision because when you have a kid who is just rebelling and you try to hold them down even more, you might as well just push them out the door even further.
And I do get that. It was just like, man...
Especially teenagers nowadays. I'm sorry. They're way more stubborn than when we was growing up. Well, I guess my mom would probably not agree with that, but
I'm just saying, man, Colony House. They knew what was going on at Colony House. That's another thing too. As a father, it's one thing to say, okay, we want her to not rebel, but to be fair, she was trying to hook up with Fatima. She could have snuck around. That's what shocked me. I could have seen them possibly Tabitha telling the dad, hey, look, she's rebelling, like you were saying. But I just couldn't see a dad being like, yeah, it's fine, go to the party house. But yeah, to each their own.
Right. But it's going to be interesting. Oh, go ahead, James.
Well, no, I was just surprised that he didn't let them. Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, go ahead.
Well, I was just going to say, I hope the shape shifting, if that's what it is, doesn't take away Doug the actor. Now they just have a CGI spider running around from that point on. If that's what it is.
I just can't wait to see what it is. Like, is it a transformation that he's going through, or is he maybe toning his magic?
Just stretching. He got blood up. Yeah. He's getting his suit dry clean.
He's just gearing up for the next throat he's got to rip out. It's his exercises before he goes on his killing spree.
Right. Yeah.
He's stretching, got to stretch those muscles so you don't pull any muscles,
And yet, once she chose Colony House, the town went. But I think they would have let Tabitha stay with her at Colony House. And if I'm not mistaken, Jim was the one that told her, because Tabitha was like, no, then I change. I want to stay at Colony House. And Jim was like, grabbed her arm or something, was like, no, shush. I don't remember if he actually shushed her or not, but it was something like that. He kind of like, I might be not remember, but I thought he did. And then eventually she was kind of like, I guess, listen to Jim. That's the way I remember it. I could be wrong.
Look, family problems, no family problems, it don't matter. You come into a town like this one, you're going to be freaked the fuck out. I'm sorry.
Right?
I had 99 problems, and I've just realized 98 of them are right here. It's like,
True.
holy
Very
crap.
true.
So who knows? Who knows? They were pretty strict though
Mm-hmm.
about it, the
I
choosing
said they wouldn't have
ceremony.
let Tabitha change after she picked. I thought they might have the way Boyd was kind of trying to diffuse the situation, but I could have read that wrong. Let's see, Debbie, are you talking Debbie in season 1, episode 8? They became one community. That's why they don't do that anymore now. But like I said, I've come around since last season. My heart has softened. It's grown 2 sizes bigger for Jim. Poor Jim. Like I said, that on top of everything else, to find out that the one guy you've kind of been, even just on a mental level, kind of going back and forth with, turns out to be your wife's possible former mate from back in the day. They're like reincarnated and they've had a child. Like, and then you get your throat ripped out, all because you
Yeah.
helped him with a melody.
Yeah. Before you can even really process what just happened.
Right? And your daughter's running through the woods talking of all kinds of crazy nonsense.
And he
her
did
hair's
tell,
cut.
Right?
He did tell Jim, your wife shouldn't have been digging that hole. He tried to warn him. He said, I tried to warn you. You didn't want to listen. I told you, and this is what happens. This is the price you pay. This is the price you pay.
It was crazy. That's why I said I feel for Jim now. I've turned a leaf. Dana, we're still working on it a little bit. She's half a leaf turned, baby.
I'm dabbling. I'm dabbling.
Same with Henry, says Green Spider. Jim had a lot to deal with. So many exes. Yeah, I mean, it's a lot to deal with when your wife's telling you some bits like that. I can only imagine. So yeah, it could have been like that. Like that, I'll have to go back and rewatch it because I thought it was different. But again, that's why I like to go back and rewatch these scenes because there's so many little details that they put in each episode. Remembering all the bits.
18. Wait, I was looking at my time. I was like, "Is it midnight for me yet?" No, it's not. 18 more days. 18 more days.
We're getting there. And again, like I said, Marielle's still being played. Well, whoever this is over here.
Do you guys think this is actually happening to her? Do you guys think she's in a dream?
I think I don't want to, kind of how Randall is seeing the cicadas, where he sees it, it's real to him, it's messing with him, but everybody else around him can't see it.
Okay, what about you, James? You think it's a dream sequence that we're seeing, or is like this actually something that's happening to her?
Well, it's a good question because is that the shoulder of a monster? Is it a shoulder of Sophia? Is it a regular character there she's in front of, or the monsters? How did they get in? If it's not a dream, I don't know. I would think it's some type of dream inside a dream, or something like Randall. Like Scarlett said, like he can see stuff even just driving down the road sometimes.
Right. Where it's, again, not an apparition in the sense of like a spirit per se, but it's still haunting them like a curse that similar to Father Cautry and Tom the bartender, Abby. But again, I think it's hard because they can't see some of the apparitions or the spirits either. Like Tabitha can see the children, Jade have seen the children, and when they were doing the melody, they saw them, but Jim didn't see them. So they kind of follow similar rules, whether it's a spirit or an entity or whatever is haunting them, whatever's cursed them, whatever these different things are where they're not asleep. they're not the same, but they do operate in some similar manners. So yeah, trying to determine what each one is curiouser and curiouser as we go down the rabbit hole. And what's up, Mr. Fletcher? Welcome. Man in Yellow is just an old boy in white. I'm changing. What does white turn over time? Dirty, rusty yellow. Man in Yellow is an older boy in white, bitter after getting tired of them not being able to complete the quest. Ooh, could be, could be.
So is the man in yellow we're seeing Fletcher from some part of the future like our Julie is that we see, since we see a current boy in white? Or is this just like, did he evolve into this and there is no more boy in white that we're going to see now?
Oops, I meant to do that. All right, let's see. Hang on, I gotta catch back up. Sorry, I was on the screenshots. Let's see. So that was out. Let's see. Yes. All right. So yeah, I believe it's real for her, but no one else can see it. Like the hand grabbing boy, says Daryl. See, Fletcher says Fatima's slowly turning into a night creature. I think I posted a theory. Oh, okay. I'll have to go back and look again. I know you guys posted some stuff in there.
Nice.
See, Bill Chill says, I think this is a vision terrifying Marielle. She is being haunted and tormented, probably due to guilt, drug abuse, and something with her relationship with Christy. Okay, so a lot of this you think is kind of in their heads, them trying to deal with their own demons, so to speak. Let's see. Marielle had a nightmare in season 2, so she could be having another one, and that is still true. It still could be a nightmare. That is true. See, Bill Chill says Tabitha is protected somehow, but how? What/who is protecting Tabitha? Why does she seem particularly protected, or certain characters, from the wrath of sort of the payment for the knowledge or different things? C. Fletcher says, I think Marielle has premonitions. The night they have Smiley's corpse in the clinic, she dreams with a reborn Smiley trying to attack her, and Boyd, what happened later, rebirth Smiley. Indeed.
So I was like, you think that was kind of foretelling?
Yeah, the dreams did seem to be foretelling of, again, one kind of was foretelling of Smiley being reborn. One was talking about the cicadas and they're kind of coming with Kenny. And then, oh God, the lady, the kimono lady with
Elgin,
sort of like your 3. Again, if the cicadas are the man in yellow, that's your 3, right? You got the kimono lady, the man in yellow, and I'm sorry, I'm losing track of all the bits.
The monsters?
Possibly. Because the chick does kind of collapse with that one. And then you have Marielle's talking. Oh, that's 4. Damn it. That's right. We had 4 dreams. See, that's what happens every time in From. You start on a path. You think you got it. And then there's that one thing that completely says, oh, no.
Try again.
Because that one chick definitely collapsed, like the monsters got a hold of her. If I think the cicadas are somehow related to the man in yellow and him being brought to town, and then you got the kimono lady, and then you got Smiley being reborn. I mean, all those are kind of telling of the similar bits. Now, I don't know why the lady collapsed with the monster bits. I mean, that's just everyday normal. That's not really like throwing anything new, other than she talked about the nursery rhyme. I actually had that clipped out a little bit. He was telling Boyd about what she was saying in her dream. I don't know. It's a mystery. I'm trying to think. All the gears turning. The Man in Yellow story walks. And so if we're calling it story walking and the Man in Yellow can do that, is it just the fact that he's beyond space and time, Dana? He can.
I just can't wait. I can't wait to see what we're gonna get this season. I just can't wait. I'm so excited. I'm marking the calendar, counting down the days.
Mm-hmm. So Fletcher, you think that was him story walking in that moment? Because it's either that or he was, because the way Julie talked about it is if she knew the man in yellow was always going to appear there to take her dad out. But you think he was story walking to that point? Okay. And I took it as though he just popped up there because for whatever reason he them gaining too much, or Jim helping Jade gain too much knowledge with the melody. He was like, "No, you messed up. I warned you about messing around with things and your wife and all of them taking you out now." And Julie was trying to stop that particular event from happening. It didn't seem as much as he was chasing after her, but I could be wrong. Probably. Who knows? See, Bill Chill says the man in yellow can't touch Tabitha, so maybe the boy in white can't or cannot contact Boyd or Donna. Maybe. You know, which parties can connect with who? Let's see. Fletcher says we don't know. Man in yellow can't touch Tabitha. She just found Jim through Julie. True that. We don't know yet. He did collapse the house on top of her. But again, was that, I mean, she was kind of already kind of falling through. Was that to keep others from going down there? I mean, he didn't seem too happy with her going down there. So he perhaps, I would say she can't, or he can't touch her. Perhaps he can only go so far with her because she is part of the original pact in some way. I don't know. Monsters are like manifestations of their demons. It's Bill Chill. Okay. Robert says it is a nightmare / vision. Okay. Let's see. Alice says, I think the Matthews, Victor, and maybe Bacta are in a protected bloodline who make it through somehow. Okay. Fletcher says it comes from their minds, indeed, all their fears, traumas used against themselves. I think Julie was getting chased through different timelines by the man in yellow, and that led the man in yellow to Jim's location, eventually the scratch on her face. Okay. Now, we don't know where that scratch came from. Was it a previous encounter with the man in yellow, a monster, or something else? See, Bill Chill says knowledge seems to be more dangerous to the man in yellow than actions. Indeed, he does not like that. From Knuckles says knowledge comes at a cost. Welcome, welcome. Bill Chill says the man in yellow responds to memory, knowledge, fear, and aggression so far. Indeed, he does. And again, what all is he as far as some of these different characters? Is he in part, some believe, the boy in white, or is he some of the people we see come back from the dead, Martin, any of the bits? All right, let's see what else you guys are saying. Again, thank you all for hanging with us tonight. Yes. And again, a big shout out to the man in yellow for stopping by. As how I'm going to refer to him as his title. Formerly known as Martin in my brain.
Oh, the connections.
Right? And all you guys, Robert, again, thank you for the $20. And Vic, thank you for the continued memberships. Let's see what else. Fletcher says, Fatima got a ton of knowledge on the final. The ritual, what do you think will be the cost of that? I think her soul. That's why I said she's turning into a night creature. And that's the thing, right? She gained that knowledge, but it wasn't as if she went out and did anything. That was through the kimono lady and her giving birth to Smiley. So does that knowledge actually come at a cost or not? What do you guys think? And if so, what cost?
I don't personally think she's turning into a night creature. I think the night creatures we see specifically have to do with the town folk. I don't think other people were turned into those kind of monsters along the way. But I do think Fatima could be turning into a different form of a monster. Now we've seen other monsters in this place. So Fatima could be turning into something that's a monster all her own. It doesn't necessarily mean she has to be turning into a night creature because of the trauma, everything she dealt with. Could she be turning into just her own form of a monster?
Night, Doug. Thanks for joining.
Oh, good night, Doug. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for stopping by, and it's a pleasure talking to you, and I will reach out to you soon. Thank you.
Yes, thank you so much for hanging out with us, and we hope to talk to you real soon. This is awesome. We had the man in yellow in the flesh.
I know that's so cool. Wait till I tell Mama Susie.
I know she's look, man.
She's gonna be like, you
gotta
didn't wake me up.
That's for sure. You definitely have to come back for Mama Susie because I'm sure she's gonna have some things to tell you.
Right? She's
Just
gonna be like, you
watch out
didn't
for the
wake me
wooden
up.
spoon and make sure that you enjoy freshly made Italian lasagna, no frozen products allowed. And then you're good.
Yes.
But yeah, Fatima, she's she's got some piles of mud and or rotten products here that she's got to deal with.
I can't imagine. After going through what she's gone through, she's just got to be all kinds of messed up right now.
Oh yeah. Let's see. Bill says Fatima's being used by the kimono lady, so she will not suffer by the hand of the man in yellow. That's kind of what I would think. Fatima's losing hope, motivation, and joy. She may be useless to the monsters except for the kimono lady. Yeah. They seem to have fed off of her just quite nicely in some form. The light that she seemed to have is dimming, and she's got some rage to take out this season. Right. So we'll see. I don't know if she's going to turn into a monster or not. I mean, I don't put anything past this place and what it would do to someone. But I think, again, just that broken aspect, even that being one of the words you used in the melody for the music box. It's, you got people that are breaking people down. You got children that are taken or stolen possibly. And then again, you have hope, which is the thing that kind of touches everyone's hearts, right? It gives you that something. I don't know. I just said that for touch because I still don't know what the touch particularly is. See, it's the only thing out of the melody that throws everything off. Only because we don't understand the pattern yet or what it means.
We don't. And could the touch mean the deal of some kind? It's not maybe a literal touch as in, okay, we're physically touching something. Maybe the people who make the deals, they're touched by this place and given some sort of dark ability, magic, connection, whatever you want to call it. And that, because it's like I don't know. I'm rambling. I'm sorry.
Well, I mean, that tends to happen with this show, with all the bits, because, again, you start talking about one thing and you start, it kind of reminds you, or you start thinking of another bit and how it connects, and before you know it, you're so far down the rabbit hole, you don't even know where you're at. You're lost, quite mad even, and we see that with even the characters in the show, so that is definitely... I'm with you, Dana. I feel like my brain's going to be fried and cooked before we even start the season because, again, everything I thought I knew, I'm not really so sure anymore. And even characters that perhaps I did not like, I now feel sorry for.
Right.
See, Fletcher says, imagine nighttime, night creature, Fatima outside. Alice, my love, let me in. It's so cold outside. That's messed up. But again, I don't put it past this place, man. Whether or not I think it's a theory or it's my theory or I think it would happen or not doesn't mean it won't happen in From.
I think it'll be a little opposite of that in the sense that it'll be Smiley knocking on her window going, Mommy, Mommy, let me in.
Right? That is a possibility. We can consider that.
So sorry, I just found that really funny.
Bill hopes Fatima joins up with Sarah and they go on a whole soldier arc. Oh shit.
Or are they gonna Rambo their way through shit? They drew first blood.
Right. And Randall, I mean, what is he gonna do this season? I mean, yeah, Marielle's going through a possible dream vision and things, but Randall, he's been going through some bits. I'm trying to find, I could swear I had a picture of his butt somewhere. But they wanted him, man. He's got the cicadas plaguing him. Like, so what? Again, I don't understand. I could almost fit Marielle possibly somewhere into one of the three things, which would be like the monsters, the man in yellow, and the kimono lady. Maybe she could be like a version of the kimono lady because she also was trying to help Fatima give birth to the child. But what is Randall's? And even with Julie, I can kind of understand Julie's point of view with it. I guess I don't have one of Randall. Dang it. I don't have one in this file folder. I just don't get Randall's point. Like, is he supposed to be like the man in yellow? Because Julie's like,
Well,
or is she going to be the child taken? I don't know. I just don't know.
Would you say the worms were the cicadas?
Yes.
And Randall seems to be the only one really seeing the cicadas still. So they may go back into him so he can be the one that repeats the process of the Martin character, as far as someone having them to be able to loop that, like think of it as a haunted house, and each cycle.
Martin.
Yeah, the next cycle you got to reset that room,
right?
That scare. And so maybe Randall is simply the reset.
Could be.
Interesting, James.
Yeah, I like it. I'm actually going to go back to another file folder. Apparently, I did not have Randall in this one. I'm Rigger. I didn't do it right.
Because that especially fits into the whole cycle theory, of this place, circling back to cycles. And if you have to replace Martin, the next Martin would be Randall. And then, for the next Boyd that comes through.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I'm just trying to get some screenshots.
So then that's actually brings up an interesting point. So I wonder if deep down if we're saying that Victor would be kind of equivalent to Ethan, if the reincarnation versions of Jade and Tabitha if one of them always came with their kids, does that mean one of them would be like the Ethan and one of them would be like the Julie, meaning a story walker, and maybe I don't know what you'd want to call Ethan, since he doesn't story walk per se, but have that kind of knowledge? Because so Tabitha comes in with two of her kids. Miranda comes in with two of her kids. I wonder if that's also part of the repetitive cycle, that they come in with two kids of some kinds to fill those two roles as well. So could Eloise?
It does seem that way.
Like, could Eloise possibly be a story walker then?
Yeah,
that leads more to that.
She could be hiding in time, or she could be Clara.
Yeah,
we don't know.
You never know.
We don't know.
You never know. Clara's so sus. I'm having so much fun with that. You have no idea. It's fun just to mess with that idea.
Hey, what's going to be funny is when it all comes true.
If it does, I'm going to be so shocked. I'm going to be so friggin' shocked. I'm going to be like, I totally was just fucking having fun with this, but oh my God. Oh my God.
Well, she's definitely, always around. Certain spots, you never know. She could be. But now I
Yes.
feel for Randall, man. He got messed up this season. He got all jacked up last season. I mean, um, that was messed up. They wanted him and they got him, but yet he survived somehow. I mean, again, what is it? Is it just to mess with Boyd, or was because he was getting messed with by the cicadas? And again, the monsters didn't just like dogpile him fully. They kind of waited for him to come to and have the cicadas not bother him anymore. Or were they just waiting there because they knew he, like, it wasn't like, oh, the cicadas completely stopped him. They were just comically watching him suffer in some way. And they're just like, oh, look at this dude. All right, let's get Randall. All right, he's done freaking out. All right, Randall, come on. Because they didn't rip him apart. I mean, they took certain individuals. They just straight rip them apart, lay them out in certain places. They told the one girl with the rod that, they were playing a game or something with her. So, yeah, the monsters is real fun. And what is, again, I don't understand the three in particular that were taken. There's a lot of they and it's with that. It's so confusing.
It very much is.
Let's see, Bill says they took away from Randall's screen time for Clara's pop-ups and MIA activities.
I like your thinking, Bill.
Let's see, Fletcher says, so was Ethan's story walking when he had the seizure in the RV? And again, see, I don't even know because they all seem to have these different sort of visions that come about when they're unconscious in some form.
Mm-hmm.
Compared to when they're awake. Tabitha had a dream / possible vision. They all had one with the music box, which, again, why was Tabitha having what she was having? Is that different from what they're having? Like, was the music box ones only triggered? Like, was the music box itself just triggering that? Or were they, I don't know. It's just weird how, like, they have all these different things and some seem similar, but we're not quite sure how or why everyone is getting them. I mean, yeah, Tabitha, we know why she got certain things now, but again, why Elgin? Why was he picked for sort of his path? He saw something upon entering that, again, is not, and he was sleeping, so it goes back to sort of the dreams and maybe Miranda's and stuff she saw. She was in a not a fully conscious state, taking acid and going on a trip. One could say she was in a compromised state of consciousness. Jade, when he entered in a compromised possible state of consciousness. So does that have any effect on how they're able to connect with this place? As I ramble through thoughts about From.
Well, yeah, getting back to what Fletcher said, I don't think it was necessarily story walking that Ethan was doing, because we do see other people like Boyd go places that seem to be story walking, but it's not.
Mm-hmm.
So the connection Ethan might have to Victor, if we're talking cycles, and others replace others, they might just have a linear connection to one another. So if Ethan is per se supposed to be the next Victor, they might have a connection. If Julie is supposed to be the next Eloise, they might have a connection. The same way Tabitha has a connection to Miranda, the same way, Jade has that connection to Christopher. If they're the next iterations in the new cycle, then they might have a connection that allows them to, which allowed Ethan to see Victor's stuff because of that connection that they had to one another.
Right. And yeah, Bill Chill, you make a good point. Don and Claire know too much. The man in yellow is coming for them. Ooh. That is possible. The doll / crows is somewhat protecting them from him. I mean, it could be. and they do know a little too much. And Donna was even like, "You shut the hell up! Don't tell nobody I know. Did you tell Randall, Jim? You better not have told." She don't want nobody to know either. Alice says Randall's made of rubber. His injuries don't.
I'll be right back. I just have
really
to let
hurt.
Nico. I just have to let Nico out.
No worries. Bill Chill says, I believe Ethan was having a vision / premonition in the RV, not story walking. Yeah. Yeah, it seemed to be some kind of a premonition of things. I know. He had jacked up, and he's carving stuff out of wood. He's talking about watching the monsters and knowing sort of their like routines and noticing when their routines have changed, which again leads to them knowing things they shouldn't know. And I get the hive mind, but who is the mind behind? Because it seems like they know things before people enter. So what is it outside? You left my reasoning off, Scarlett. Oh, did I? Oh, let me go back. What part did I mess up? That's why he survived all the night in the woods. That's why he calls out Donna. What did I miss? Randall is the mole. What part did I miss? I'm sorry. Yeah, I thought he was story walking, keeping the monsters outside from attacking the RV. He meaning Ethan. I think I went back and got all your comments. I'm sorry if I messed them up. Let's see. Bill Chill says Ethan got some sense knocked into him during the RV crash. Indeed. And something is different / special about the dungeon with the torch working for travel. Yeah, and again, it was that sort of reference to light and dark places. A lot of bits, but yeah, I'm still curious to see how Randall fits into it. He doesn't seem like completely a background character. He seems to remember to a degree what he saw perhaps when he was taken over by the cicadas. The way he talks to Marielle about it, he seemed to at least sense that the going to the ruins, whether it was just because he knew what the ruins were, the dungeons, or maybe he sensed something further. He definitely didn't want to hang out there. So we'll see this season with Julie. Is he going to cross the threshold and be able to story walk, or again, is it just Julie? Still a lot of mysteries, and I'm still so curious. I can't get off of how the man in yellow is going to fit into all that. And how people seem to be getting things, but yet they're not. And it's so confusing, but yet I love it because it makes you wonder and your mind go soaring to a million different places. And I did love this episode too. I don't remember which episode in season 3 this was. Let me go back and look. Is this episode 5? And he did the town meeting. And Jay was telling Ethan about how, you get so many people together and nothing ever gets solved.
Yep.
Bill says Meatface cannot story walk. He's a stooge waiting to become a martyr. Well, I mean, maybe it is possible. I don't know. We'll see. Like I said, Randall knows something, and he took the goat because he's like, there's worse things than death. So yeah, a lot of bits. Yeah, we'll see what happens with these two. He might come back. Like, he's going to come back in some form, and I'm curious to see how that's going to work out for them, as well as with Jade now. Is she going to cry on his shoulder, on Jade's shoulder, and are they going to work it out?
That'll be pretty messed up. Give it some time. Your husband just died. Relax yourself.
I don't know though. She was giving him that old nudge and wink, wink towards the last episode or whatever. They were figuring out the melody with Ethan there, and he was being all dad mode for like half a second or slight dad mode. Jay's all like, "Here, how do you help me figure out the mystery?" She's like, "Oh, thank you, Jade."
That would be pretty messed up. Slow your roll, Tabitha. Slow it down just a little bit.
So let's see. I'm gonna go back to some of the other screenshots, and then I might do another clip. We'll see. We're getting close to 3 hours, but my cat's back here scratching on this box I have. So let me go deal with her real quick. I apologize, but let me bring up these other screenshots.
Okay.
Get some of your guys' final thoughts on some of these bits. You can probably hear her clawing out a cardboard box that I.
It's okay.
Oh, she's gonna wake up the whole house. But yes, Sarah. Again, what her connection? Where does she fall with all that? Or whatever other bits you guys have. Just give me one quick second. I will be right back. Apologies.
Yes. Let's see. I'm not by my computer. Let me get to the computer. Okay, let's see. What are you guys saying? Let's see. Let's start. Where will we start? Donna and Clara know too much. The man in yellow is coming for them. It could be. I'm with Alice says, yeah, I thought he was story walking, keeping the monsters outside from attacking the RV. There we go. Sorry, I'm trying to see what you guys are saying. Daryl says Tabby wants to go to the trees with her real hubby. That'll be messed up. Like Jim's body ain't even cold.
Yeah.
Like that'll be pretty messed up if she's just like, come on, Jade.
I mean, I'm sure they got some things to work out. I don't know if it'll go there, hopefully not too soon anyway. But
right?
They know that they're important players in this game and they need to get their shit together for real.
Mm-hmm. That'll be some messed up stuff.
I'm back. I'm sorry. The key cat.
Oh, I was like, where's this comment? I'm looking for the comment I'm highlighting.
No, I was clicking it as I was sitting back down. I'm sorry.
Scarlett won't know what we said about her until she does a rewatch.
You know the hell, maybe I was just lying the whole time. I just wanted to listen and see what y'all said when I walked away.
Right, she was testing us, James.
You never know. No, I'm just kidding. But I'm trying to think. I've got so many things within the file folders here. Too many. I'm trying to think. Before we wrap it up, I still have other clips to go through. We didn't get to some of the Father Cautry ones and stuff like that. But again, we have so much more time to go over all the bits. But I'm trying to think, is there anything else I wanted to in particular? Oh, dang it, I still got to do a video possibly about those bits, but I don't know what it all means. I can't wrap my brain around it to produce it. All right, I'm just trying to look through because, again, I got some clips about the music box. Oh, I know which one I want to do. I wonder if it's this one. It might be. We'll test it out and see. All right, press all the buttons. Where did it go? I apologize. I know it's getting late. The brain slowly. There it is. Music box. And I want to say it's later in this one. Hang on. We can check that out too. But yeah, this is, again, the music box is very curious. So again, that's him going over the nightmare, and we can listen to that maybe another night or tonight. We'll see. But this is very curious, again, how these things are popping off. Poor Randall, he got a crash course that night. The crashiest of all courses. He got to see the monsters and the cicadas all in one night in a very fun way.
Was it fun? I don't know about that.
The party had music playing.
don't know if we could call that fun.
And of course, the 4-7, it's possible meanings. That was another piece to the puzzle. Or is it just a throwaway number they just happen to put in there? We know there's lots of things that you guys have gone into with 4-7. So I don't know. She's curiously flashing. While again, the radio doesn't seem to work. But we know that this place is able to access and communicate without things properly being connected through a power source. Even the telephone isn't hooked into shit. The plugs ain't real plugs. So it being broken doesn't mean that the things beyond can't connect to it. But man, what is it? And is it banging? Why is it? Who and how is it banging from underneath? We still don't have that really solved. Is it a spider hole? Is it just another hatch? I mean, it didn't look like when they went to the woods there that there was any other like stone structures around there. But then again, did they really explore that area that much? So I'm curious if there is some sort of hatch under there, or if it's just, I don't know. Still, I have no explanation for it, truly.
I have no idea. Was that the man in yellow bumping in the night underneath the RV?
They're interdimensional, right?
Yeah. Oh, hey, babe.
Welcome, welcome.
Do you? These are fucking pieces. How is it?
Oh no, Randall. What do you think? How? I don't know.
Well, remember what Donna told him, that he was going to be a little bit harder of a nut to crack or something like that. Here is the nut cracking, folks.
I don't know, Randall. What do you think? What do you think? Why do you think it's fucking working when it shits in pieces? Because this place is fucked up.
And Jim's deer in headlights face, may he rest in peace. I still like to make fun of. Look, I make fun of everybody. I'm an equal opportunist. Everybody gets the rights to be joked on in the show. But I do feel bad for Jim. But he does tend to have that look. I remember us talking about that, and stopping it right here with that look just brought it all the memories. I'm sorry. That's not fair, Jim. They just chill it out. Like, Remember
Yeah,
later, he'll have that mark on his white clothing.
What made them stop?
Right? And if this is the man in yellow sort of making the flashing, the Abby that pops up, and he does have some sort of control over the monsters, or even more control than we think, again, it goes back to the Colony House Massacre, and when the one chick was the monster was talking to him. Now, mind you, they do lie, but was she slightly telling the truth in that maybe she did want to get with dude a little bit? Maybe they don't have full control over sort of how they kill or who they kill, and maybe even to a point that there is a part of them that regrets it. But again, if the bile is an indicator of the man in yellow sort of running through them, they go and revert back to being just evil monsters. But again, for the most part, I think they're just lying. But I am curious as to the control factor and what you guys think, like how that what you think that works out like.
Does the man in yellow control them? Possibly, if the man in yellow is the one who made the deal with them.
Mm-hmm.
I personally think whoever made the original deal would be their controller, but it doesn't mean that there's not a hierarchy and the man in yellow just is a general and they're just rank and file. You know what I mean? So what was pounding on the RV? It was definitely something above them. but I don't know if it was what controlled
Was it above them? I think
them.
it's below. It was coming up from underneath.
No, meaning above them in the ranking.
Oh,
system.
okay. I'm sorry. Yeah.
Like that's why they stopped. Like, okay, we can't, boss is in town, we got to play nice, sort of thing.
Because they kind of did the same thing with Randall when he had the cicadas. Come attack him when Tabitha came back with the ambulance.
Yes.
To a degree, and again, it goes back to, are they waiting because they know that they're about to have to leave the RV, and they're just kind of waiting for them to come out so they can chase them down, or are they stopping because of this entity? Same way, were they waiting on Randall to kind of stop freaking out for a minute because they're like, how we already know, like, to what degree do they know what's going on, or is it, yeah, they absolutely can't. Like, the man in yellow has completely stopped them, not like, we know boss is in town, but the man in yellow is saying, okay, I'm going to hold you here, holding my forces. They're going to be sent out. And then again, Randall's one that is picked during this. All those pieces together are definitely curious. This is one of the dumb monsters about walk into / through one of the trees. Watch. Oh, they do. Oh, he almost walks into the tree.
No, I never noticed that.
I didn't notice. That's funny. No, this isn't when this is later on. This isn't when Ethan was in the RV. This is later on. And I'm curious if Julie is having a story walker moment here. Yeah, this is where I believe Julie has the story walking moment. And again, so now that if we take that aspect into consideration with this scene and hearing something banging from underneath, not to say that's Julie, but how would Julie affect this scene, or is she just going to witness it? And how does it change how we watch this scene? Because the monsters, you would think to a degree, maybe she's just quiet enough when she walks up on them, but they didn't seem like they went after her at all. So is she protected in some manner when she story walks? But it didn't seem like that with the man in yellow. And was she trying? I almost wanted to listen and be like, because we didn't hear her. Like, again, if she did what she did with Martin, and we couldn't hear her like saying shit.
Mm-hmm.
Is it possible that she's banging somehow? Now, how from underneath? I can't explain. That don't make no damn sense.
Yeah.
But then it makes me think of the scene where Boyd comes in later after the torch, and we hear some banging at one point, and then Boyd just pops in weirdly banging. I don't know how that could connect to Julie, but I'm just like, man, those weird moments we have to now look at in a different light with Julie's story walking, only because of the rope with Martin. Not that I'm rambling. Sorry, guys. I don't know what it means. The milkman been eating good. Those buttons are holding it over to
Yeah, he's definitely. I don't know if he's screaming or his jacket screaming. Like, help me.
Oh, Bill Chill says the button on milkman holding on like the man in yellow held on to Jim's throat. Oh no. Fletcher says Julia's story walking to the Evans or the events of season 2, episode 9, when Jim and Donna leave the RV. Randall runs away and Boyd starts shooting the monsters. Right, that's the way they show it or appear to make it seem in the trailer. Which we don't know. Again, they could have just put that together to confuse us. We'll have to wait and see how that truly plays out. I think, again, that was a moment that perhaps she's going back to. And they also show Boyd, or a moment that we've already seen with Boyd going back in the past with his wife and the shooting possibly. So again, that could just be him reliving memories with his wife grabbing his arm and stuff or something like that. Or is that another moment where Julie gets to walk back in time and she witnesses what happens? And then with that information, does she somehow tell it to Martin later on? Is that how Martin ends up finding out about Abby? Does Julie go back to Martin several times and somehow give him the information, which takes him off of my theory for the man in yellow? But I'm following threads here. I told you I waffle on my theories. See, I'm coming around. I could give a reason why Martin's not the man in yellow. He's still sus, but that could explain it, Dana, if I had to think about it now. Perhaps Julie is the one. If she does go back to these key moments, maybe, and she's having to use the dungeon as her stepping stone for now, or the way that she's able to use her powers. Maybe she comes across Martin a couple times.
Okay, possibly.
I don't like it, but it ran through my head now as we're talking. I'm like, oh, it will. Dang it. See, I still don't know anything. So Fletch says, so I think story walking Julie is the reason why Randall was able to survive that night alone in the forest. Okay. So she was there to help him in some way. That's interesting. That could be because, yeah, he was just kind of laid out there all night. That is possible. See, Bill says Mariel might be turning into the ballerina. Worm, mouth creature. Okay. Again, all possibilities. The ballerina was just minding her business, dancing and whatnot. Then they had to go and break her music box, probably releasing her to haunt Mariel. Okay. Again, it's very curious with the music box and all of its bits. And they haven't explained them, so those theories are definitely on the table. Fletcher says, interesting, yeah, about Mariel turning. Yeah, that's definitely interesting that what Bill was saying. See, the actress who plays Mariel is a professional ballerina, so makes sense. Oh, I didn't know that. Okay. 4 big monsters, middle management, and 7 sacrifice kids or trees. The 4-7. Absolutely, that is definitely a connection. Fletcher says it's funny story. Walker Julie popping near the RV, same location she pops up when she finds Jim. Maybe she's trying to find Jim. Oh, that's definitely a good theory. Is this her going back trying to save her dad? And this just happens to be a moment she gets caught up in. I like that. See, there are innumerable 4-7s, 47-7 4s, 11s, and 12s in this show. Yes, lots of numbers, and things that are constantly repeated. Let's see a little bit more of this real
What are
quick.
they waiting for?
Oh shit!
Yeah, what the fuck?
There's no way. There's no.
Yeah, there's just fucking no way. Yeah, exactly, Jim. We're aware. But I get it. I'd be saying the same thing. I'd be looking at Dana. There's the fuck. How?
Why are we here again?
Why is the ground banging around underneath us? The banging on the floor gave you chills. I imagine if I was in that RV, we got monsters outside, a music box, melodies flat or popping off, coming through a damn radio box. It ain't good. It ain't looking too good, Dana. I didn't do it. I didn't touch it.
Mm-hmm.
Boyd did. He touched the music box. I didn't touch it.
You would have.
No, I wouldn't have gone through the daggum. I wouldn't have went through the tree. I would have. No. I don't think I would have done that. No. Maybe.
Maybe your ass sure would have been touching stuff. No, but it's gonna be interesting. We'll see. We'll see what's gonna happen with fake Jim, apparition Jim. Poor Ethan. But do you guys think Ethan's gonna figure out that it's not his dad, or you think he's gonna fall for it? James, you think he's gonna fall for it?
I don't know. I think he understands what death is at this point, so I'm kind of hoping he understands that it's fake Jim, but he doesn't like it. Doesn't scare him. He actually does maybe try to listen or something. I don't know. But Jim may be a manipulator. But like the bartender Tom thing, like the stuff that Scarlett played earlier. I just look at that as he was actually trying to help Jade. It wasn't a bad thing, or he wasn't evil in any kind of way trying to do anything. But yes, you're right. This is something that's detailed and for a reason and set up so you're trying to figure it out. He was really trying to push him in that direction. So, what will Jim be to Ethan? It seems like, because I kind of think Father Kotri and the bartender maybe are more on the boy in white side, but it seems like Abby is actually trying to make Boyd do stuff that seems evil. So she seems a little bit more on man in yellow side. So what will Jim be? I don't know.
Right. Or the daggone mysteries. All right, we'll finish this up a little bit, and then we'll probably be wrapping it up real soon. It is getting late. We've gone past the 3-hour mark, but again, we'll be back Friday to do some more bits. I definitely am going to try between tonight and tomorrow, put it in the From channel somewhere about what kind of song themes we want to go with. I'm thinking maybe a Man in Yellow song, or maybe just an overall song about From itself, and maybe something with the children and the melodies, or at least that's my thoughts. But you guys, of course, let us know what kind of Fromly fan song you guys want to do this year, so we can kind of get that working out Friday. But we'll just see. We'll play it by ear, as always.
I can't wait to make a new song. That was fun.
It is fun. I'm kind of looking forward to seeing what
Oh,
we
and
all
this
come
year
up
we get
with.
to do it with James. James didn't get to do it with us last year.
Right? You get to go with some lyrics too. We'll see what everybody comes up with.
You get to be part of the song.
Oh, the Fromly.
James is gonna play his guitar.
Oh.
I think it needs to break down into a rap.
Oh Lord.
Uh-oh.
Well, we could do that. Let you guys decide. What kind of style song, what it's gonna be about, and then we'll work on clips and put it all together. And yeah, we have 2 versions like we did last year. We had a female version that was a little sassy and a little darker sounding perhaps, and then we had a kind of country-ish sounding song with a guy's voice. So yeah, we'll see what we come up with.
Space under here.
Hey, Jim. Hey, come here. Come.
Oh, just carefully step over.
Right?
It's just,
but leave it to Jim. What's under there? Let me look and see what's under there.
He's just like, come here, Jim. Just carefully step over it, like it's all about to collapse on him. I'd be freaking out too, though.
Jim's the guy in the horror movies who's like, let's go investigate where that noise is coming from. Like, no, you go the opposite way of where the noise is coming from. You don't go.
Well, he did have to get out of the RV, to be fair. He was trying to get out of the RV. It's just, I'm more comical the fact that how he's gently stepping over it like it's about to collapse on him.
Whatever happened?
Oh, snap. Yep, we're fucked.
Look, I'm just going to tell you, if I hadn't shit my pants just from it banging on the bottom, when that light started flickering,
that would have been it for you.
Who are you in this room right now? Are you about to be Randall grabbing like a wrench or whatever it is he grabs and busts?
The dude shitting my pants.
Are you running? Or
Whichever dude that is.
Which dude is still? Is that the dude I'm going to
be? I'm just saying. Holy
Randall
shit.
fixing to bust out a window.
I mean, come on.
He's
There's
like, I
only
got
so
time for
much.
this shit.
There's
He's
only
like,
so
nah,
much a
man.
logical person can take. You know what I'm saying?
This just throws
That's
your
true.
science out the window, huh, James?
That's true.
This just says fuck science.
Right?
Boy.
She just calling out and shit. He's shooting monsters and they're just not even flinching. I don't know what I would do in that moment, Dana. We just run. I love you all and Godspeed. I'll meet you on the other side.
Not much can do.
If we are going for a vehicle, you better get your ass in there. We're not waiting around. You better hop on the back and hold on or something. We out. We leaving. Going somewhere else. She would have pooped when the music started playing. All the bits. James, remember, ghosts aren't real. Gotta be an explanation.
Yeah, but when it's happening for real in front of your face, like right then and there, you know, like that, let's explain it later. Let's get the fuck out of here.
Right. Like it could still be some form of a
figure it out
simulation
later.
or an experiment they're playing on us, but it's too far. They went too far with this. They playing too much. They fucking around too much, and we ain't trying to find out.
Boy.
Oh, and again, she's flickering slightly with the light. Oh, and there was a point too where Boyd was checking his arm earlier at the beginning when like the melody first starts. He's like looking at his arms and shit, like, oh god, the worms are coming, and then it's not the worms now, it's this. It's not nice at all. This again, it teases our characters in one form or another, and I don't appreciate it. It's rigor. Cheating. It's cheating the games if these are games, James. Even Boyd can't believe his eyes.
Come back to me.
Oh, hell no.
You're not gonna go back to her?
No, Dana, I'm sorry. If you were passed away, unfortunately, and you came back to me in this form,
You wouldn't come back to me, Scarlett? You wouldn't
Dana,
come
I'm
back to
throwing
me?
salt at you.
Yeah, that's a big hell no.
I'm
You
finding
guys
some
are-
sage
you're
or
not gonna-
something.
You're not gonna believe it's me.
No.
We have to have. This is how we figure it out. We have to have a code word. Now, if them bastards even know the code
They know the code
then-
word, Dana, we're fucked.
then that's all fuckery and none around. But we'll use code word pineapple,
Well,
and then
we're fucked.
you know we'll
gonna
see if
know.
we're each other.
It knew about the damn boat.
I'm trying here. I'm trying.
Oh, when is Yellow Jackets returning? Oh, I don't even know. I hadn't even looked in a minute just because of between Fallout and then now From. I know it's coming. When is it coming?
There has been no official announcement for Yellow Jackets. Are they even filming yet?
I don't know, which is sad because I do want to see an ending to that. I hope they're not fighting again. God dang it. Work it out so we can finish the mystery.
Okay, so quick Google search says the fourth and final season of Yellow Jackets is scheduled to premiere on Showtime/Paramount Plus in 2026. Production for the final season is set for 2026, with some projections aiming for late in the year. The writer's room opened in late 2025, following the completion of season 3 earlier in the year.
Is it the final season? Possibly.
It's the final season.
Yeah.
Yes.
Nope, James is not going to come back to save any of us. I have the same sentiment.
Yeah. See, I'd at least try to save people. You see how this works? I'm the only one that would try to save people.
I will save you up until a certain point. At some point, you have to save yourself, Dana.
There's a cutoff. There's
only so much we can do.
Yeah, I don't know. I would probably try to save some people if I could, but you know,
Well, James, if you were given the choice between an ambulance with a few folks or Randall, and the monsters were like, hey, here's the keys, but we get to keep Randall, what would you do?
well, I would have probably did what Boyd did.
I would probably too, to be in all fairness, and tell them, fuck you as well, as he very colorfully told the
I mean, like,
monster.
sorry, Randall.
Well, I would have at least yelled back, Randall, run! Give me keys, bitch. I'm out. He was just like, fuck you, bitch. God damn it. Piece of shit. That was messed up, though. She popped up on him with the keys looking for these. You bitch.
And I figure, it'd be sad anyway, as far as writing it for the fans, that they do something like that for the life of, like, say, Donna. Like, he has to choose.
That would be even worse. Well,
like Ellis or Donna, or something where it's definitely not going to be Donna, and no way out.
Right. And again, was that just to further have people against Boyd, or to make Boyd, have that guilt? Or is there something more to Randall they wanted to play with?
Yeah, but Randall still could become the Martin, if the cicada theory plays out.
Right. Or maybe the monsters were going to kill him and they couldn't because whatever is haunting him, if it is part of the Man in Yellow or something like that, it's preventing them from fully destroying him. I don't know.
Could be.
Run, Randall, run. Indeed, he should have. Boyd, that was the one thing he forgot. But to be fair, it was a tense moment. I don't truly know what I would have done. I probably would have taken the keys too, because there's no guarantee they were going to let me live either. Like, go save Randall. There's no guarantee, but she gave me them keys. There's a guarantee we can make it out. So, Dana, that would be a very hard decision for me to have to make. If I had James and some other random people in an ambulance, and they were like, here's the keys, but we get to keep Dana. Yeah, that's a hard decision because, I mean, I would want to save you, but
look, if it was just 3 people on the ambulance, I might have to pick Dana. She's worth several. If there's like 6 or 7, I may be like, well, she's, I don't know. I still might pick Dana.
I'd pick you guys too.
Yeah, that's just the thing, though. You don't ever want to be in that position, right?
No.
Of people getting killed around you and all that. That's part of why I think we love the horror movies.
What if I'm
and
in
stuff.
the ambulance and Dana's Randall?
Oh, well, Randall and me is going to be like, damn, they're tearing Scarlet up.
Oh, damn it.
No, I don't know.
I know it makes it hard. So I'm like, because if James is in the ambulance and Dana's out there, I don't.
It's tough.
Fuck you, monsters, you pieces of shit.
I'm just saying, if it's her over me, pick her.
Yeah, I probably would have to pick Dana, but it's just like I'm worried about the fact that are they even gonna let me pick you, Dana? Because then if I go get you, how are we gonna get saved? They're not letting us get the damn ambulance. We're gonna have to try to run back to Colony House or some shit.
Vic rolls up on a Harley with a buddy
Well,
cart.
I keep waiting on the Winchesters to roll up in that bitch. But who knows? I don't know. This is a lot of bits, right? And we still have so many more to go over. Let's see. Finish this off. Let's see if we wrap it up. Oh, the monsters scream, and now the monsters are reactive, and she disappears. That was some rigorness right there, I tell you. But we'll just have to wait and see. Again, I want you to thank everyone who joined us tonight on panel in the chat. I had to thank the Man in Yellow for stopping by. I want to thank Miss Vic and Mr. Robert Sanders for all your support, and all you guys in the chat, of course, Dana and James. And I know Friday night we will be back to again try to work on the song a little bit, at least see if we can't get kind of started on a theme or even get to the point of some lyrics. I know, of course, we'll just do random from talk along with that. I still have some other clips we can go over and kind of dissect and look at. I think tomorrow night, Dana, what are we doing again tomorrow night on your channel?
Not too sure. Maybe we'll dig into Clara a little more, have some fun with her, just some general from talker about anything you guys want to talk about, and we'll possibly even open it up to you guys and drop the link for you guys to come and join us and talk with us if you want.
Nice. So we will continue some more from talk. I didn't show off the pictures, so we'll do that again. I'll make sure we'll try to show those off too on tomorrow night on Dana's, show the giveaway stuff. I know it's getting late for everyone. Easter's right around the corner too, so happy Easter. Is that this week? When is that? Is that this week?
Yes, it's this weekend. That's why I'm streaming tomorrow night and not going to do
That's right.
over the weekend.
There you go. So happy Easter, or early happy Easter to everyone. Happy April Fools. All the bits. And of course, James working on some good videos, constantly putting some bits out for you guys, right? James, you got some things in the works for sure.
Man, I got things in the works. Sure enough.
You guys couldn't even imagine. It is going to blow your minds when he puts all of the vids out, all the videos. I can't wait to see what you got cooking for the From video and lots of other things. Again, not just The Walking Dead. You dabbled in some other topics out there, some other shows, some other just vampires and survival bits. If you guys are just into sort of survival aspect of TV shows and life, we've got some bits on that as well. So a lot of good things for you guys coming up. Next week, I may not be necessarily streaming Monday through Thursday. Some things with the family and kids got some testing, so we're going to be working on that. But we will definitely have a Friday Night Fever for you guys. I'm not, depending on how the week goes, we'll see. This weekend, though, I know Dana's got some stuff with family, but I will try to pop some streams possibly either Saturday night or Sunday night, maybe, depending on what we got going on with family. Might be a gaming stream as opposed to From. But again, just you guys stay on the lookout in the Discords and things like that, so you guys know when we post up. I'm going to try to post up Friday night here, either tonight or in the morning. Other than that, again, if I forgot anybody, I thank you all for hanging. We want you guys to have a safe night and a safe rest of your week. We'll definitely see you guys tomorrow night on Dana's, and then again Friday night for Friday Night Fever. But until then, stay safe. We love you guys. And yeah, we'll see ya. It's been a good one, guys.
Thanks. Bye.
Bye, guys.
When boy is in town, there ain't no fooling around. Only rulers, maybe don't die tonight. Guess boy just got back to town. Since he been back, food been rotting in the ground. Where the head boy gone to? You know, when he get back, 'cause something else will end the back. place can't break me, even if they take me. Web spun demons come. Worms got into me, worms that go to set them free. Worms will ride a pony on the sea. Take these worms from me. Smiley. Smiley.
My blood is your blood now, motherfucker.
I like this game.